Mm, 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 mm. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Bucos Locker. Subscribe to the channel. Like the channel. Share all the videos. Mm-hmm. Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Oh, relax. 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 I had some technical difficulties. What's going on, everybody? 2 minutes into the whole video, and I was on black. Sorry about that, folks. I was doing some stuff in the background. Stepping in, sliding. I should start this over, right? I start this over? Or should I keep it going? Should I keep it going? Keep it going. Shout out to all the Pirates and Sea Bandits. Thank you for joining Locker Room Talk with your host, Isaiah. Shout out to everybody in the Bucs community across the social media platforms. Keep supporting the team, win or lose. Yeah. So where should I start at today? Where should I start at? That's the question. Where should I start? Huh? What we doing? Let me give me some shout outs. Val, Jonathan, Haitian Boy Fool, 7, DSG, Carlos, King Cook, Styles, what's up, baby? Sal, Damien, Perry, Bucks Life, Grislow, see, you want to talk about crypto? Michael Alexander. Yeah, you finally caught alive, man. Finally caught one, huh? All right, come on in. You know what I'm saying? Let's get things situated. You know what I'm saying? Brian is Trini. You know what? First of all, in unfortunate news to the hip hop community, particularly the rap community, Takeoff, a member of the hip hop group called Amigos, was fatally shot by accident in Houston at a private event, a bowling alley. It's about 40, 50 people there. And I'm just giving y'all news based on what I've been reading on and watching videos. He got shot in the head. He got shot in the neck. And that's let's give our prayers out to his family and his friends and his close ones and all his relatives that's close to the situation. It's a very sad turn of events. He was just in Louisiana at Louisiana Fest, and it's sad how things can change so quickly in a couple days. A couple days ago, he was just in New Orleans, um, right downtown at Louisiana Fest, and these situations just gotta stop, man. Like it's always these situations where it's like, what's the purpose of why? Everybody want to know why it happened. Uh, what was the purpose of that? And based on what I've read and some of the people that was there or close to the situation, it was over a dice game. A dice game? A dice game. And we got both parties pulling out guns or the blicks or the fire or the heaters or the glocks, whatever they pulling out, you want to call it, started shooting at people. And unfortunately, Takeoff got hit with one of the bullets. Two other people got injured, but they're going to make a full recovery. But the one person that unexpectedly, got shot, and he wasn't even part of the dice game. Let that sink in for a second. He was off somewhere else, walking around. So when the situation happened, the first shot from what I read when he got shot in the head was the kill shot. I saw the video, not the whole video of the whole shooting incident, but I saw the video of Quavo standing over Takeoff on the ground, blood coming out of his head, and one of the guys that was standing with him in his entourage was trying to, stop the bleeding from the back of his head. It's a very, very graphical video. I do have it, but I don't have the whole incident. But I do have Takeoff on the ground, bleeding, and it was pretty bad. It was a pretty bad scene. It was like the PNB Rock, rest in peace to PNB Rock. You see these people on the ground. It's just a very, very sad sight to see, and it was a stray bullet. Yeah, exactly. It was a stray bullet. It was a bullet that wasn't even. It was the dude. So apparently, somebody from the entourage, from the Migos entourage, was Quavo, the guy, and a couple other guys. They were all playing dice game, and the other party, I guess, was from Houston, whatever, whoever that was, in a private event at a bowling alley, and basically, Quavo was getting his pockets ran in a dice game. So when you're losing money against people or from people, or you're losing money, period, especially in a dice game, dominoes, whatever the case may be, however you gamble, emotions get involved. And apparently Quavo started, getting upset, talking, and the guy that was, I guess, Quavo's one of his security guys, whatever, was like, we're trying to protect Quavo. I guess the guys was, if you're familiar with gun talk, or you've been around these type of situations, when cats got guns on them, they get extra brolic. You know what I'm saying? Or if somebody that got a gun on them, the person that don't have a gun on them get extra brolic because they know their boy or their, homeboy, whatever, homegirl, whatever, they got a gun on them. So I'm just putting two and two together, growing up in Sulphur Springs and Nucio and all this stuff like that. And I'm from the hood, upper lower class or middle lower class development mindsets. In that situation, Quavo was losing money. He didn't like it. The guys was probably talking noise to him. I'm taking your money. Let me get that. Mama need clothes. Baby need shoes. Whatever. And they just eating them up. Taking a couple grand, 10 grand, another 5 grand, and Quavo got mad. And talking to the wrong guys. The guys probably retaliate like, you ain't gonna shoot me. I'm just giving y'all some of that type of situation like that. And the guy that was next to Quavo pulled out the blick or the fire, whatever you want to call it, the Glock, the peace offering, whatever, and went to firing. And when he went to firing, bullets going everywhere. A straight bullet. Straight. If you don't know what a straight bullet is, that bullet is everywhere. Bullets just go everywhere. And people, in these situations, people get hit. And the guy that shot at the other party, I guess he was trying to defend Quavo. But unfortunately, when he was shooting, Takeoff was down there somewhere, got hit. Got hit in the head. Boom. I seen the video. Blood just coming everywhere. He laying on the ground. They're trying to cover the back of the head up. He got hit in the back of the head. And then the other party retaliated. And they started shooting back. So now everybody in that area is running all over the place. Now the retaliating group, they were shooting and they hit him again. That's the neck shot. So not only he got shot in the head, he got shot in the neck. But the first shot was the kill shot. He got shot in the back. No, got shot in the back. Boom. The other shot was in the neck. So basically he was dead on the scene. Dead on impact. Dead. The kill shot was the first shot. And the guy that shot Takeoff was the guy that was with Quavo, according to what I read. Or from the people that's been, in that situation or in that type of environment, close to the situation, know people that was there. So somebody from the Amigos crew or entourage shot Takeoff. Accidentally. A fatal shooting. You know what's so sad about that? Quavo and the guy, they got to live with that. They got to live with that, unfortunately. Houston Police Department, HPD, they're trying to find out. Nobody's talking. I just listened to the sheriff, the captain, the mayor. Nobody's talking. That's unfortunate. Nobody don't want to say nothing. So everybody that was there is just quiet. So they're trying to contact people now. So the situation is really bad. And unfortunately, in Houston, this is the third rapper that got shot, I believe. MO3, Benny the Butcher, and now Takeoff. And that's unfortunate. So hopefully they get that case solved. And the person that shot Takeoff is arrested, and the legal process will do its job. And whoever shot him, the guy that shot him by accident, fatally shot him by accident, you're done, bro. You're done. You're done. There's no way around that. He's done. So, and Quavo, man, that's your nephew, bro. That's your nephew. Exactly. That's Quavo's nephew. I saw pictures of him when he was kids, and he always looked up to Quavo. You know what I'm saying? Uncles are like fathers. You know what I'm saying? Uncles are your father's brother. So it's almost like a father figure. So Takeoff was only 28 years old. Oh, okay. So Texas. Okay. Oh, Mo3 was Dallas. On the freeway, right? Freeway. So that was the freeway shooting, right? I thought that was Houston. So, okay. Mo3 was in Dallas. That was I seen a video or pictures of a freeway shooting. That was a freeway shooting with MO3. But Benny the Butcher got shot in Houston. Yes. Benny the Butcher got shot in Houston. Yes. Griselda click. But yeah, I was trying to figure out which one was Mo3. Was Dallas or Houston? So it was Dallas. So, but it was on the freeway. That's unfortunate. But back to the Takeoff Quavo situation as I wrap this up. Man, that's just, you got your nephew killed, man, over a dice game? You got to live with that. You got to answer to the family members, to the rest of the family. You got to answer to his mom and his dad. And, if you got kids, cousins, aunties, you know what I'm saying? Second cousins. It's like, now you got to explain, why were you arguing with dudes over a dice game? And when you have dice games at that level, dudes making that much money, they always carry cash in them with the mindset of I want to get more money. Now think about it. The Amigos are millionaires. They worth probably almost $100 million net worth. Each one of those guys are worth over $20 million. You at a bowling alley with thousands and thousands of dollars, tens and thousands of dollars shooting dice? And I hate to say this, but some people just can't get away from the hood mentality. The hood, the thug mentality. Dice games. That's always happening in the hood. In the bando, somewhere around the corner, they shoot at a basketball court, sidewalks. That's hood, man. That's poor thinking. That's piss poor thinking. Know your surroundings. Know your value. Know what you're worth to other people. Why even put everybody that was there in that type of situation? Because you know how many people could have got shot by those stray bullets? Some people just can't get out of the box. That's what I call it. The hood is the box. I got out of it. I got out of the hood. I ain't going back. My mindset is not like that. In that situation, that is basically a lot of people that could have got hurt or killed. In that situation, that's like a snapshot of the hood. But the difference is those guys got millions of dollars. That's what happened in Houston, unfortunately, was the hood, but with a lot of money. People that's worth a lot of money. That's the exact same situation happens in the hood with dope dealers, stuff like that, hustlers, scammers. It happens at a lower level. This happened to a man that's worth millions of dollars. Gold chains, houses, cars. There's no big difference only than the money. This is why you got to be careful. So many of us young men of color, want to be rappers. They want to live that lifestyle, but it comes with a consequence. Being a rapper is one of the most dangerous careers in America. It comes with a cost. Comes with a cost. So many of our young men, specifically African American men, are dying. And this dates back decades. Dying for silly stuff. And it's always the person that looks like them. Every time you see these guys getting killed, who they get killed by? It's unfortunate. And the sad part about it is it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. This incident is not going to change nothing. The situation at the bowling alley was basically in the hood, but just in a private event in a public property at a bowling alley with men that's worth millions of dollars. Same setup, it's just different environment. You took the setup that you left and you brought it into an environment that it don't belong in. If you're gonna gamble, go to the casino. Why you don't see a bunch of shooters at casinos? Ain't having that. But you want to roll dice. That's trap stuff. Trap. Want to bring the trap with you. Look, one thing about rappers, I always look at rappers like this. I don't look at rappers as leaders. I don't look at rappers as influencers or leaders or people that you really want to listen to. Just because a man makes a lot of money or have a lot of jewelry, rings and gold chains and cars and big houses, that don't change who they really are. Only the ones that make that type of money. This is why there's a big difference between being rich and wealthy. There's a big difference between rich and wealthy. You see any wealthy guys doing that? The rich guys do stuff like that. The rich guys that don't have no direction, that they think that, oh, I'm gonna take what I learned back in where I came from at this level. That's why you don't see the wealthy in situations like that. This is one of the reasons why I don't listen or I don't follow rappers in as far as the way of living. Because if you follow a rapper, and no disrespect to the rappers, but I don't want to live like that. How much knowledge can you gain from guys that live that lifestyle? The rap game is just like football. So many guys want to get in. So many people want to get to the NFL, MLB, NBA. But only a select few make it. And you catch a break and you get it. Understand what I mean by wealthy people. They gamble, but they don't gamble like that. They go to a casino or they have their own little casino halls or hole in the walls, whatever. But they don't do stuff like that. When have we seen wealthy men kill each other like that? Just in a public environment. Not saying that don't happen. I'm just saying, when have we seen wealthy men? There's a difference between being rich and wealthy. The mentality, the mindset. You think you're gonna see Jeff Bezos in a situation like that at a bowling alley shooting dice? You know, no. When you make it to that level, you gotta change your mindset. Change the people you are around. And if they're not on the same page, you can take people with you, but if they're not on the same page with you, you gotta chuck deuces. The circle that I hung around when I was a kid is not the same circle I hang around now. I'm just saying, look at the difference. Yeah, I listen to hip hop. I listen to rap. Yeah, I get it. But I don't listen to them as far as life advice. How to live. Whether you're rich or not, there's a way you're supposed to live. In that situation, it's an unfortunate situation because a young man at 28 years old won't live to see 30. And then we keep seeing this. And the guys that run around here with a bunch of guns, they only tough with the guns. A lot of guys don't want to fight no more because they can't fight. Have you seen the videos of some of these rappers hitting the speed bag or punching the bag? Have you seen some of these rappers throw hands? They can't. They can't throw hands. They can only shoot. And they can barely do that. A lot of these guys can't fight. That's why they got guns. A lot of these guys, a lot of these young men can't fight because they have to be around big entourages to feel like somebody. They got to have 50 guys with them. They got to have 50 guys with them. They got to have 10 guys with them. There is no more one-on-ones. It's either you getting jumped or you getting shot. Have you seen some of these rappers hit the punching bag? They can't punch. They punch. They can't fight. They can't. I ain't fighting. I'm shooting you. And now we got a situation with a young man still growing, dead from a fatal accident of somebody from his entourage, his uncle's entourage or his entourage, the Amigos entourage, shooting at a crowd of people that was taking money from his, from his friend. And you shot a guy that is the nephew of the guy you're trying to protect. I hope they find that guy and put him in jail. He deserves to be in jail. No ifs, ands, buts. And somebody from that camp, all the people that was there, need to speak up. It's becoming a broken record, folks. It's like it's on loop. Every month there's a rapper gone, whether he's known or he's locally known or statewide known. Every month there's a rapper dying. Senseless killings. It's getting ridiculous. And I go back to say this, it's not going to stop. It's a cost being in the rap game. There's a cost. A 360 deal, contract disputes, legal situation, A&R, album release, companies taking life insurance out. You know, companies take out life insurance on these rappers, and they make these music companies, these record companies, they make more money when the rapper's dead. They make more money than the rappers are dead. But anyway, enough of that. Enough of that. Let's get down to some Bucs news. I just wanted to put it out there because it's just, man, just straight bullet over a nice game. It's weird, man, super weird. And I ain't trying to get all into conspiracy theories and all that, and I ain't trying to go all that way. But somebody finna make a lot of money off of Takeoff's death. Not everybody's gonna go stream Migos stuff, buy all the merchandise. The streaming numbers are gonna go up. The company, quality control, whoever it is, they're going to make millions and millions of dollars. They're going to make double and triple the money based on Takeoff's death. Quavo, Offset are going to benefit from that. And here's the facade. A lot of stuff y'all see ain't what it is. The rap game is entertainment. So, with that being said, let's get to this Bucs news here, right? Let's get to the Bucs news. Good God Almighty. So what y'all want to talk about with the Bucs? I had to start it out like that. I had to start out with that situation. I had to. We had some trades today. We're gonna talk about trades. We're gonna talk about injuries. We're gonna do a little film study. All that in the next hour. Well, let's start with today's news. Trade deadline is over. As I was refreshing my Twitter screen, I was hoping the Bucs would do something. There's two sides to the story here. I understand why the Bucs didn't make a move, and I don't understand why they didn't make a move. That makes sense. And I'm gonna walk y'all down this. Follow me. In the offseason, the Bucs signed Kyle Rudolph, Julio Jones, Logan Ryan, Russell Gage, Hakeem Hicks. Basically recreating what they created in 2020. Kyle Rudolph, Rob Gronkowski, Antonio Brown, Julio Jones. And Russell Gage, Hakeem Hicks, Logan Ryan, they were throw-ins. Keanu O'Neal, throw-in. As the season progressed, the Bucs have holes, specifically on the O-line. Running back situation is not really great. Not enough speed at the receiver. So there's some holes that the Bucs need, right? Pass rusher, Shaq Barrett went down. Trade deadline gets here. There was trade speculation. Murphy Bunn might get traded. Keyshawn Vaughn might get traded. Whatever. Teams started making moves. And it's been happening for about a week now. Robert Quinn, he went for a 4th-round pick. So you mean to tell me the Bucs didn't want to give a 4th-round pick to win now? You could have got Carlos Dunlap, Anthony Barr. There are some guys that could have been more useful to the Bucs. It's high in sight. But here's the thing: the Bucs already made moves. The Bucs are sticking to what they believe is going to work at some point. The Bucs, the reason why they did not make a trade today, so multiple reasons, but a couple reasons. One, they wanted to keep their draft capital. Two, the salary cap. Because even if they trade for somebody, what's the chance of that person coming back next year? So now you gave up a draft pick for a person that's not going to be on the team next year. You're not going to re-sign him. So why trade for somebody? Even though the Bucs needed help in certain situations, in certain positions, they believe, well, we get Akeem Hicks back. That'll show up our run defense. Pass rushing wise, which is the position that I thought the Bucs was going to make a move. You lost Shaq Barrett, but you paid Shaq Barrett a lot of money, and he's guaranteed money next year. So if you traded for, and Bradley Chubb went for a first round pick, the Bucs was not going to give up a first round pick for Bradley Chubb, and they're not even going to resign him. So I know, folks, you wanted Bradley Chubb, you wanted a pass rusher, yada 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 yada, Josh Allen, whatever. The Bucs was not going to give up a first round pick for Brian Burns, whatever. They weren't going to do that because they're not going to resign whoever they trade for. Nobody they traded for was going to get re-signed. They don't have the money. So I understand why the Bucs didn't make a trade. Am I disappointed? Yes. Because you're trying to win now, make the trade. You know, there's a high probability, there's a high possibility and probability that this is Brady last season. So you would think you would want to go all in on kind of like the last season. It's not 100% that he's gonna retire, but you get what I'm saying. Everybody kind of can see the writing on the wall. This is not rocket science, folks. It's not rocket science. You have to understand why they didn't make a trade and why the why behind it. Salary cap standpoint. If the Bucs didn't make all these moves they made in the offseason, I'm sure the Bucs would have made a trade because they would have had the money to do it. They didn't have the money, folks. They tied their money into old free agents, guys that teams really didn't want to deal with. So, in other words, that's basically the Bucs making moves for the trade deadline. Go back and look at the offseason. That's the moves they made. And it's unfortunate. The Bucs could have used explosive running back. Naheem Hines went to Buffalo. Maybe they could have got Cam Akers. But the Bucs offensively are missing explosiveness. And there are some guys that the Bucs could have got. A Brandon Cooks, maybe. You know, I'm just saying, if they didn't make the moves they made in the offseason. Because it's so funny, the last 3 Super Bowl winners all made moves. Kansas City, Tampa, Rams. And all the moves that these teams made put them over the hump. Chiefs made the move with Tyrann Mathieu, Frank Clark, yada yada. The Bucs made the move. Brady, Gronkowski, Antonio Brown, Leonard Fournette, Ryan Suckup made the moves. Last year, the Rams made the move. OBJ. This year, the Bills making the moves. Chiefs made some moves. The Dolphins made some moves. The Vikings made some moves. The Eagles made some moves. Every team that has won the Super Bowl has made the move to put them over the hump. And the Bucs have a couple humps that they could have probably made the moves to get over the hump to help out the offense and defense. But they didn't do it. Because Jason Light and company believe that what they have is going to work. And also what played a factor is the Bucs are in a weak division. They are a game out of first place. The Falcons are 4-4. The Falcons. So why give up draft capital for a guy that we're not going to resign when we only a game out? Now, if the Bucs were 2-6, if the Falcons and the Falcons and the Aints were 6-2, 5-3, and the Bucs 2-6, yeah, the Bucs would have made a move. But the Bucs were like, we gotta make a move. We can't sit tight at 2-6, but 3-5, you only a game out of first place. And like I said, the Bucs also looked at the future salary cap. The Bucs don't have any money to make big moves. What are they going to trade for Bradley Chubb and re-sign him? You gave Shaq Barrett the money. And you paid Vita Vea. And you got to pay, quote-unquote, Devin White. And Antoine Winfield Jr. eligible for extension. And Tristan Wirfs eligible for extension. You just paid Chris Godwin. You gave Julio Jones money. You gave Russell Gage $30 million, $20 million guaranteed. You gave Kyle Rudolph money. Keanu Neal. Bro, the Bucs have nobody to blame but themselves. If the Bucs don't get to the Super Bowl, don't just come back and look at the trade deadline. Go back and look at the offseason. These moves gotta work. They got to. If the Bucs don't get to the Super Bowl, at a minimum, those are awful moves. If the Bucs don't make it to the playoffs, that would be. These are all ifs. It's not reality. It's not what's going to happen. But playing with a dangerous game, signing those guys, signing all those older veterans. That's why you got to be careful. This is why being the GM, you gotta play the middle game. You gotta play right now, and you gotta play the future game. And I told y'all this years ago that the Bucs making these moves back in 2020, it's only gonna last for a couple of years. And where are we at right now? 2-3 years later, the Bucs are in a situation where it's like the future is not looking great, and then the present is okay, I guess, at 3-5. Look like the Bucs to me played more of the right now phase than the future phase. Remember, every season you got to plan for the next season and the season afterwards with these contracts. Doing all these void years can affect you the following year. Dead cap, over the cap, exactly, dead cap and over the cap. So if you look at the Bucs salary cap situation next year, Dean got to get paid. Edwards got to get paid. I'm not going to say Murphy Bunting. What do you do? What do you do? Void years, void year, void year, the void year here and the void year there. All you're doing is kicking the can down the road. See the Saints. You got to pay that money. But you're going to spread the cap hit over 3-4 years. You still got to pay the money. That is the unfortunate issue of playing salary cap gymnastics, because it can hurt you, especially during the trade deadline. Could the Bucs make some moves? Yes, they could have made some moves. Of course they could have. But they're so. I think it plays one of the big reasons why, in my opinion, one of the reasons why they didn't make a move is because of the ramifications of next year and the year after. The moves they made this past summer affected what they can do in at the trade deadline. The Bucs are in this. We're just going to win with an older squad. We hope these guys can stay healthy. And by the way, we'll get to injuries in a second, or down in this video, but you wanted to see the Bucs make a move, but I understand why they didn't make a move. I totally understand. I mean, we can do the numbers. They gave Russell Gage $30 million, $20 million guaranteed. Really? Russell Gage? $20 million? Yeah. And they would have gave Julio 6, but he only counts 1.5 towards the cap. Kyle Rudolph, same thing with him. Hakeem Hicks, same thing with him. Logan Ryan, same thing with him. These are all one-year deals. None of those guys coming back next year. You really... Russell Gage, what's the chance of him? 50-50, I guess he come back next year. All the rest of those guys are one-year deals. NASA, 1 year deal. Keenan O'Neal, 1 year. Logan Ryan, 1 year. Hakeem Hicks, I think it was a 2-year deal with him. But they can get rid of him. He's old. Julio Jones, 1 year deal. Come on, bro. Kyle Rudolph, 1 year deal. That money could have went toward more serviceable guys. So, no Bradley Chubb, no Robert Quinn, no Naheem Nimes, no Kareem Hunt, no Cam Akers, no nothing. It is what it is. Will it come back to bite him in the butt? Possibly. But that's also banking on if that's also banking on if these free agent guys pan out. If they pan out. Now, if they pan out and everything works out, then we good to go. But if it don't work out, and they was talking about this early about Jason Light and his decision making when it comes to free agents. Prior to 2020 season, Jason Light was on his way out. And here's the funny thing about it. He only does what the owners tell him to do. I don't believe he's doing what he want to do. If that makes sense. He's not doing what he wants to do. He's doing what he's been told to do. Understand what I'm saying? He's doing what he's told to do, not what he wants to do. He was on his way out. 2020 would have been it. If he didn't get Tom Brady, that would have been it for him. Came in 2014. Not too many GMs get 5 years. And I'm stopping at 2019, but not too many GMs get 5 years. 3 years at max. Jason Light should have been gone in 2017. He was on his way out the door. But what saved him? Tom Brady, Bruce Arians. He brought his staff in. Gronkowski, AB, Fournette, Ryan Suckup. Those weren't draft picks, folks. Those are free agent signings. And I said this a while ago. I said the Bucs might end up like in the Arizona situation. And it looks like I'm about to be right. The Bucs might end up looking like Arizona in the next couple of years. No quarterback, a flailing franchise, coaching situation in question mark, and we're going to end up getting a top quarterback, and then we'll be all right in the draft. Go back and look at the Arizona situation. The exact same situation is happening again. Carson Palmer, Tom Brady. Larry Fitzgerald, Mike Evans. John Brown. Similar situation. Veteran free agents. old wily veteran at receiver, aging, couple aging guys that's playing in key spots. Same situation, folks. It looks like the same situation. But we'll end up getting the quarterback. We will. And then the franchise will turn around. We'll get the quarterback and quarterback coach situations figured out. But I'm telling you, it's going to look like the Arizona situation. It's literally setting up exact same way. There's a lot of, I ain't gonna say there's a lot of dark clouds, but there's a lot of great clouds in the Bucs organization right now because they know what's coming. Whether it's this year, after the season, or the next year, they know what's coming. They're trying to prevent that by stalling the inevitable. The inevitable is going to happen. This franchise is going to look different in the next year or two. Like, it's going to be like, oh boy. And we're not going to get any more media coverage. We're not going to get any more primetime games. I'm giving y'all the truth. This season is looking exactly how Arizona played out. Or close to it. Similar situation. Not exactly, but similar. This is why teams don't do a lot of what Jason Light did. Because remember, I told you about GMs. You got to play the middle game. You got to play the right now game, and you got to play the long-term game. This is why a lot of GMs don't do what Jason Light does, because you get the benefits, the ROI, if it works out right now. Ticket sales, get a couple free agent guys coming in. Older guys. It's always the older guys. Guys looking for one last contract. Well, I told y'all this in 2020. This is the results of going this round. So nobody really can get mad. The way the Bucs look right now, you can't get mad. Yes, we got some good guys on the team here and there, of course. But there's also bad teams that got good guys on the team as well. The coaching situation in question mark. People not too sold on Todd Bowles and Byron Leftwich at HC and OC. Got a couple guys on defense and offense that people are like, Don't be surprised next year the Bucs throw some trades out there. We might have a couple guys next year that we can trade away. Veteran guys, the older guys. Not the Tristan Washington, Antoine Winfield Jr., stuff like that. I'm just saying, like, not the Joe Tryon. I'm just saying there might be a couple guys that the Bucs can throw out there for some trades and get some picks. Because we're going to need them. Not this year, though, obviously. But next year, don't be surprised. But here's the bright side, folks. We got the Super Bowl. But at what cost? 3-4 years of irrelevancy? That's the sacrifice of doing this. You sacrifice the future for right now. And you go too far on the right now side because the Bucs are in right now phase. And you don't want to be a franchise living year to year. You don't want to be that franchise. Every year it's like, we're just going to try to hope we can win. You don't want to hope you can win. You want to know you can win. And the Bucs are about to be in a situation in the next couple of years of, I hope we can win. Every year there's going to be talk, especially if we don't get a big name quarterback next year. And I'll go back into the 2020 this season, but I'm tying it in all together. And this offseason, and this trade, no trades during this deadline should let y'all know what's going down in the offseason. The Bucs couldn't trade. They know what's about to happen. Because if the Bucs were so unsure of the roster, then they would have made some trades. But this is the right now thinking of just Jason Light. He's thinking right now. I can still squeeze out a little more juice out of the lemon. And the Bucs are holding on by a thread right now. Yes, we are 3-5. Yes, we are one game out of first place, but They're hanging on the thread, folks, because and I'll talk about this in another video, but the Rams game is very important for the Bucs present and future. 3-6, you pretty much no. 3-6, no. Hang it up. Come on, man. Football is a gamble. You risk. No risk and no biscuit, but when you risk, for every risk, there comes with consequences. Every risk comes with consequences. The Bucs made the risk, and the consequences are starting to show now. This is why I said, did the Bucs peak in 2020 and 2021? Oh, no, yeah, they did. It's not the exact same team, folks. It can't do that. They tried it in 2021, and it basically fell apart. Not all the way. The NFC South is weak. But this is the reasons why the Bucs did not make a trade. They didn't buy or sell. They stayed pat because they already bought. Jason Light is banking on these guys that he signed in the offseason. He's banking on that at some point these guys will get healthy and will make a run. This is exactly what it's about. This wasn't about Bradley Chubb or Josh Allen or Robert Quinn or any guys like that, or Naheem Hines or Kareem Hunt, Cam Akers, or Brandon Cooks, or any. This was Jason Light and Todd Bowles like, look, if we could just get these guys healthy. They're banking on everybody gets healthy on the back end of the season, and they make a run. I mentioned it already, JR. We're only one, like I said, luckily the NFC South is bad. But when you look up, we're tied with the Saints. We're one game behind the Falcons. So we're one game in front of the Carolina Kitty Cats, who should have been 3-5 as well. And keep in mind, folks, we still got to play the Rams, the Seahawks, bye week, Browns, Saints, Bengals, Cardinals, 49ers, Panthers, Falcons. Don't let them people fool you talking about the Bucs schedule is easy. Don't let the media members fool you. Oh, the Bucs got one of the easiest schedules left in the NFL. Look at the teams, man. None of them are easy. The Panthers ain't easy. They beat us. The Falcons are not easy. The 49ers, the Cardinals are not easy. The 49ers are definitely not easy. The Bengals not easy. The Saints not easy. We already know that. The Browns ain't easy. We just saw that last night. They still good. And the Seahawks are definitely not easy. The Rams, don't let these media members keep throwing boo-boo at the wall until something sticks. Oh, the Bucs schedule is easy. All right. And we lost to the Panthers and the Steelers. But hey, our schedule is easy for the rest of the season. I said 12-5 at the peak, and our floor is 11-6. So I am literally hanging on a thread. So that basically means the Bucs have to go 9-0 or 8-1 the next 9 games for my prediction to stick. Hashtag probability versus possibility. Them going 9-0 or 9-0 or 8-1. I'm going to stick to my prediction, but I'm just going to stick with that slight possibility. But I know the probability is not high. But the possibility is there for the Bucs to go 8-1. 9-0. But the chances of happening easy. You really think we're going to beat the 49ers? Come on. The Bengals are a threat. The Saints are still a threat. Looking at the division, let's go down the division real quick. Falcons are 4-4. They're playing solid defense. They run the ball very well, and they protect the ball. That's why they're 4-4. The Bucs can't run the ball, but they're protecting the ball. Can't stop the run. Third down defense in question. Passing offense is still top 10, top 5, top 7, or something like that. So the passing offense is fine from 20 to 20. From 20 to 20, the Bucs move the ball all day. Passing yards, all that. Can't run the ball, can't stop the run. Can't stop nobody on third down. Inconsistent on defense and offense. Questions at coaching. That's why you're 3-5. Look at the Saints. Now think about it. The Bucs are top 10 in passing offense. And I think they're top 12 in total offense. Something like that. But the Bucs defense, pass defense, the Bucs pass defense is top 10. Rush defense, I think it's ranked 21 now. Third down defense, awful. Look at the Saints. The Saints, so many question marks. Andy Dalton, Dennis Allen, defense ain't playing well. And I think somebody put up a stat today about the Saints. I'm just giving y'all the NFC South the state of the NFC South. Yeah, that's right. The Bucs red zone offense, defense is not good either. But somebody put up a stat about the Saints. There's 3 teams in the NFL that are top, I think it's the top 10 or top 5 in scoring offense, total offense, and total defense. What's up, Chris? Let me repeat that. There's 3 teams in the NFL top 10 in scoring offense, top 10 in total offense, and top 10 in total defense. I'm going to give y'all 2 out of the 3. The Bills and the Eagles. No, the Bills are 6-2. Eagles are what, 7-0? Something like that. 5 something. The top 2 teams in the NFL right now. The Bills and Eagles. Do you know who the third team is? I'm gonna give y'all a guess. Do you know who the third team is? Everybody get one guess. There are 3 teams in the NFL, top 10 in scoring offense, top 10 in total offense, and top 10 in defense. So we got Atlanta, Saints, Vikings, Dallas. I'm gonna give you. Come on, I keep guessing. I'll let you know if you got it right. Miami. I don't know. I got to confirm this myself, but I saw it and I was like, wait, what? How? I even said how. How is that possible? I'll give y'all another 30 seconds. How is that possible? Keep guessing. Top 10 in scoring offense, top 10 in total offense, that's yards per game, and top 10 in total defense. You got 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Time is up. Time is up. Now I'm gonna confirm this myself in a few minutes, but I just want to put it out there because I was shocked, and I got to fact check that. The Saints. The Saints are top 10 scoring offense, a top 10 total offense, and a top 10 total defense. And the other two teams are the Bills and the Eagles. Now let that sink in. It's the Saints, folks. It is the Saints. That shocked me too. The Saints are the third team that has all three. But you want to know why they 3-0? It's the Saints, folks. Not the Falcons, not the 49ers. It's the Saints. You want to know why they 3-0? I mean, they 3-5? You want to know why they 3-5? Turnover differential. They're number one in the NFL in turnovers. Turnover differential. They're minus, I think, what? Minus 12 or something like that. That is the reason why they 3-5. One of the worst teams in penalties. That is the reason why they 3-5. They're not 3-5 because of their defense or their offense. It's because of coaching. Penalties and turnovers are a reflection of coaching. Think about that for a second. One of three teams. Top 10 scoring, top 10 offensively, and I said, wait a minute, Saints defense not that good. They give up 320 yards a game, which ranks number 10. But their turnover differential is negative like 13 or something like that. They have the worst turnover differential. The quarterbacks, 9 interceptions. Coaching, awful. We're not going to do injuries because the Bucs got injuries. But the Bucs are 3-5 for other reasons. Every team got injuries. But when it all comes down to it, it comes down to coaching. The Bucs are 3-5 for a multitude of reasons. Just like the rest of the teams in the NFC South, it's a reason why every team in that division is not that good. That's the state of the NFC South. Somebody in the South got to get it together. There you go right there. Saints turned the ball over 16 times. No, y'all like negative 12 or something like that. Y'all got the worst in the NFL. The Saints are the worst turnover differential in the NFL. The quarterbacks have thrown 9 interceptions. The coaching defensively at the beginning was awful. Look at the Bucs, same situation. This is why I was trying to tell y'all in the beginning of the season, the Saints and the Bucs are literally similar teams. They are literally similar teams, but in different aspects. The Bucs don't turn the ball over. The Saints do. Both got bad coaching situations or coaching question marks. Bucs can't run the ball. The Saints can run the ball. The Bucs can throw the ball. The Saints are pretty decent throwing the ball. Both special teams, Saints special teams have been great. The Bucs special teams has been pretty decent. Similarities. The Bucs are injured. The Saints have been injured. Very similar situations. The Saints can run the ball. The Bucs can't. The Bucs got a better quarterback situation. The Saints don't. Coaching, equal. It's always a one-off with the both teams. And I still think it's going to come down to the Bucs and Saints. At the end of the day, I know the Falcons are 4-4, but I'm not believing in that. Yep, it's mind-boggling, right? And y'all can check it yourself. One of 3 teams in the top 10 in scoring offense, total offense, and scoring and on total defense. What? So despite all that bad stuff, just like the Bucs the same situation. We got all this bad stuff, but we also got some bright stuff too. Pass defense. top 7 or top 8. The Bucs pass defense is great. The Bucs get a lot of sacks. Haven't had a lot of sacks in the last couple games, but no, the Bucs are top 10 in sacks. But on the flip side, third down defense, awful. Red zone defense, awful. Can't run the ball, awful. Run block win rate, awful. Pass block win rate, not great. Can't have that, man. Money downs, can't have that. The passing efficiency is not great. So we got to get it together. And I gave y'all the areas that the Bucs got to get it together. Run offense, got to get it together. Third down defense, got to get it together. Red zone defense, got to get it together. Red zone offense, got to get it together. Because you can move the ball all day between the 20s. But when the field shrinks, it gets tougher. And teams know how to defend the Bucs. Oh, GB with a good point. He says continuity in the coaching staff has killed both teams. And it's so funny because both teams did the exact same thing in free agency with the coaching situation. They both hired DCs to become head coaches when they both had sketchy or bad coaching passes. The past history between both coaches as a head coach were not good. And both teams hired him anyway. Because they wanted to keep the continuity together. Or the calming presence. That's a shot at the Saints fans. The calming presence. But no, they wanted to keep the continuity together. And what's the irony? How ironic, the Bucs and the Saints are two of the most oldest rosters in the NFL. I told y'all almost split an image. Wanted to keep the continuity together, and it's done more harm than helping the Bucs. The Bucs keeping Todd Bowles and trying to keep the structure together and add a couple pieces here and there. That's done more harm than help the Bucs. And on the flip side, the Saints gave Dennis Allen the job to keep the continuity together. Signed Tyrann Mathieu, Marcus May. You know what I'm saying? To keep the continuity together. Keep everybody together. It's done more harm than good for both teams. And both teams are going to battle it out at the end. That next game against the Saints is going to be very important. I'm expecting both teams to be playing much better. And that's going to be a really good game. It's going to be a knockdown, drag them out game. Probably a low-scoring 13-10, 10-9 game, something like that. And no team is going to blink until the fourth quarter. What coach is going to do the right job? I'm not worried about the Falcons. Now, I'll worry about the Falcons if they got the same record after week. If the Falcons are 6-6 or 7-5, then I'll be like, okay, what's going on with these Falcons? Like, I would say if they are 7-5 or 7-5 or 7-7 at week 14, and the Bucs are like 8-6, then I worry. But right now, I think the Falcons are just they on this. Sometimes coaching matters. They stick to the game plan. You got to give the Falcons a credit to where it's due. They stick to their game plan. They should have lost last week. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, but they stick to the game plan. They stick to the game plan. They run the ball, don't turn the ball over. You think the reason why they win is because of Marcus Mariota? They try not to put the game on him. And the minute they did that last week, what happened? The Carolina Kitty Cats choked. You can't put the ball in Mariota's hands like that. Coaching matters, folks. Nobody thought the Falcons would be 4-4. And some of these Falcons fans believe they should be 5-3 because they thought they could beat us. Coaching matters, folks. Continuity is all great, but sometimes when it's not working, yikes. Anyway, it's going to be fun. These next 9 weeks, it's going to be hellified fun. Oh, my gosh. I'm watching the game again. 43. It's going to be fun. So let's get to the locker room situation. Anybody want to come in the locker room? Anybody want to come in the locker room and speak their piece today? Let's get this out the way. Matter of fact, yeah, we can do that as we watch some Ravens and Bucs film. I'm writing down some timestamps as I'm talking to you guys. Let's get this locker room started out. Let's get it kicked off. Let's get it kicked off. Let's get it kicked off. Let's get it cracking. Let's hurry this up. I got to talk to my daughter anyway, so. Well, the Ravens out-schemed us really bad too, man. Like watching the game, the Ravens really out-schemed us. There was 2 steps ahead offensively in the second half. The cutback lanes, you know what I'm saying? They had it all. They literally threw the ball 8 times in the second half. And I'm watching the game as I talk to you guys. I mean, the Bucs just couldn't get off their blocks. I don't know. We're not going to go through the whole game, but there's a couple areas that I do want to touch on. I mean, just the Ravens they was ahead of us. They was toying with us in the second half. They did whatever they wanted to do. And the Bucs just seemed like they was always out of position. Every time the Ravens made a play, it just seemed like the Bucs was like, almost. Oh, there we go. 45. What's up, man?
Yo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm good, man. This is one of the regular locker room sessions, man. It's not pay to play.
Right. I'm gonna get in and out. My bad. I'm gonna get in and out, but I'm gonna say this, man.
Oh, through losing?
I think your I don't know if your connection or something is off Trill G Boy too.
Oh, is that what he meant by in and out?
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, no. I'm gonna get in and out, but I'm gonna say this real quick. I don't get on here and talk X's and O's and all that because I don't really know that too much. I know what I see though. I don't get on here and talk X's and O's and all that because I don't really know that too much. Y'all can hear that?
No.
Oh,
I muted it.
Oh, all right, my bad. I'm gonna say this, man. Since I started coming in the locker room, I always talk about culture. And the culture, we can make all the moves we want to, man. If this culture don't get right, the Glazers gonna keep putting the wrong people in positions. I don't know who in the Glazer family hire people. Who's the football mind, who's the business mind, but they got to figure that out. Because if they don't figure that out, the next person we gonna hire ain't gonna be the right person. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I've been off of the BA train a long time. The Tom thing, It never it moved me some, but it didn't move me a lot. But I do appreciate the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? But we hung on because we're so thirsty as an organization.
Mm-hmm.
We hung on. Last year should have been this last year. We should have been. We should have did what the Patriots did and say no. We don't want you back. But they ain't got the, they ain't got the balls to say no. Come on back. Either they don't have the balls or they chasing money or both. I'm thinking both. But yeah, it really don't matter who we trade for or who we sign, because either one they're gonna sign the wrong people, or two trade for the wrong people.
Mm-hmm.
And the last time I was saying we don't have no real dogs. I think they got like a list of type of people they want in this organization, and we keep getting these same type of people. And these people, I'm not saying they aren't good, but they aren't dogs. They don't have that, okay, we down, let's rally the troops. It just ain't there. The philosophy of the organization is flawed. You feel what I'm
Where do
saying?
you think that comes from?
I don't know, man. It got to start with the Glazers. I don't know. That's why when I say like the football people who making the football decisions, they don't know what they're doing. They do not know what they're doing. Because we could talk trash about Jerry, but Jerry know how to pick them. Whoever making the moves, Jerry Jones, that is. They find some decent football players all the time. They got their dog in them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then they like to be familiar with the coaches. You know what I'm saying? Like Lovey didn't have the chance to kind of do what he wanted to do, but at the same time, realistically, in the long run, what were we going to get out of Lovey?
Okay.
If being realistic, you feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I brought up John Lynch. That would be theoretically that would be a good pickup, but that's far-fetched. That's far-fetched. I'm just talking.
I wanna
like I'm saying, I'm in and out though.
No, I'm gonna go down the list. I'm gonna go Grislow, and then Jonathan, and then I'm gonna go Bucket with your girl, and then I'm gonna go Dirk Banks. Y'all heard what he said, correct?
Yeah.
So
I didn't catch all of it.
So Grislow, I want you to pick up off of what Trill G Boy is saying as far as what the Bucs are doing from an organizational standpoint. We're gonna touch on that topic for a second here. The organization, as far as whether it's the immediate future or the right now, the present. And also, from what you're seeing this season with the present and the decision making from the front office, like what's your thoughts on that?
Like from like ownership to like GM, like how they've been
right
going with the season. I guess I gotta start with like Jason was like with like the trade deadline issue is like you were saying, like I understand like why we didn't get the picks, but it's also like at the same time, like you're overpaying like players who aren't even like playing is like what like costed us like not have like good trades this year, and like paying like all these old guys to like play like 3 games out of the year because like you're banking on like saving them from a playoffs. I think that's like a huge like problem and issue because but if they come back in and they get injured and they're like re-injured but they hurt again, then it's just like a whole big argument. And it's like I guess like with the Glazers, I don't really know like too much. They just like I don't know how to put it. I guess I kind of like agree with like Trill was saying is like they don't like put like good people in like the good spots, and like Jason Light was like kind of like on his way out the door before he was like bailed out with Tom Brady and BA and all them. So I think like BA kind of like saved Jason's job, and like the Glazers just kind of let them roll with it. That's pretty much all I got to say.
Okay, Jonathan, what's your take on
going on? Yeah, I mean they pretty much said everything, like echoing off from Grizzly and Trill. It just like we're just looking like the 2014, 2010 Bucs, man. Like we're just going backwards. Like every time we take 3 steps forward, we take 5 steps backward, But it seemed like we're just everywhere, Something about a Bucs organization is like it's like we're cursed or something like that. We can never find a right coach or what I'm saying. Like I always wanted like a young, energetic, you know what I'm saying, Sean McVay or Pete Carroll type coaches or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But Bucks is so weird, but it's like I love him and I hate him at the same time, you know. But it's one of those situations where hopefully we can just turn around, you know. But it just seemed like we can never get this stuff right, you know. But yeah, man, we were all over the place right now. So it's I can't point like fingers at one person. It's like the office, the management, everything. You know, everybody held accountable at this point.
Okay. Bucky, what your girl? What you got?
Well, like Grizzle said, we don't know too much about the Glazers. They stay out of the spotlight, stay out the news so much. As far as Jason Light, like I believe Jonathan said, he was on his way out the door until he actually started adding picks that made sense, and they got us to the playoffs. We've been to the Super Bowl with those players and everything like that. But this coaching, the team can only go so far with the coach. The coach has to lead them. It's like what Jonathan said, like you would think the way that we're playing, we've never been to the playoffs or to the Super Bowl in the past 4 years. We've been to the playoffs. We've experienced it twice. We've experienced the Super Bowl. When you have Devin White out there just jogging and trotting, and all them people that's saying, well, it's because the defense was out there for long periods of time. Okay, but Joe Tryon and Logan Hall, a second-year player and a rookie, outrunning him, trying to make a play. This is the dude that, and then you can love Devin's style all you want, but when he starts slacking off as the captain of the defense and Warren Sapp puts you on tape and puts you out there saying they should take his seat off your chest, that's a problem.
Right.
And you do, and I understand the conundrum some people have about the trade deadline, but not right now. They're banking on Anthony Nelson, Joe Tryon, and Carl Nassib to create a dominant pass rush to at least get us into the playoffs, because Shaq's not coming.
No. I see he's torn his Achilles out for the season.
Right. And I said this on your show too. I said the first half defense plays great. Second half, their in-game adjustment sucks. I don't know what it is, but it just sucks. And so then you go into, like, we were up 10-3 halftime for some reason, and we were actually running the ball well. Our offense started clicking. And you was like, well, dang, like, did they actually fix the problem? Nope. Second half. For some reason, Byron just stopped running the ball.
Corey, wait,
No,
Corey.
I'm sorry. No, go ahead. I didn't even know my mic was on.
Go ahead.
For some reason, they stopped running the ball. All that they built up where they were playing well just crumbled. And it's like, we hear about them saying that the team is mentally weak and all this and that. Okay, didn't we just play in January? How does your team get mentally weak in the past few months? Coaching, you still got your head. You still have your defensive coordinator. Byron's still there. Most of the players that play in the playoffs and Super Bowl are still there. So how did y'all become mentally weak that quick?
Teams in the NFC that I look.
Well, it was remember when I brought this up about the continuity. What from high insight continuity? You know, you kind of want that, but also when it's not working, you go back and look. Well, is it doing more hurt and harm? Is doing more harm than helping the team? Like, because you know the Bucs did it in 2020. They got to Super Bowl in 2020, and in 2021 they brought everybody back to run it back because of continuity, right? So they figured in 2022, why not hire Todd Bowles to keep everything intact, the whole type of setup. But what they did not realize what was going to happen is there was a change of philosophy, the coaching aspect of it. You know, the way he looks at things versus the way BA think that he looked at it. So they said, well, if we're going to change coaches, let's keep everything in house. Also, let's try to recreate what we did in 2020 with Julio Jones replacing AB, Kyle Rudolph replacing Gronkowski. Kind of the same setup they did in 2020, but they added a couple more older veterans, like with replacing Dominican Sue with Hakeem Hicks with another old guy. They didn't really replace JPP. They kind of got they brought Carl Nassib back, but they didn't really replace JPP. And then they drafted Logan Hall. So you saw what they was trying to do, but it was almost like you keep going in the same direction, and at some point is not going to work. And we're starting to see the fruition. We're starting to see the remnants of how you go from 30 points a game down to basically 18. That's just that don't even make any sense when you basically got all your skill guys are basically the same outside of Russell Gage, who we don't really count because he hasn't really done anything, but we got to count him anyway. And then Julio Jones or Julio Fulio, he stay hurt. As a matter of fact, he's out again. He won't be playing against the Rams. So, it's just like the Bucs and signing Logan Ryan, which was great, but the risk of signing an older guy, he gets hurt. Now it's like, damn, he might be out for 4 to 6 weeks. So that's what's happening. Like they went down the well one too many times with the older guys. You know what I'm saying? That whole free agent class work was just it's done more. It hasn't helped the team. It's from a overall aspect. It's actually done more harm than help. So and I'm gonna jump over to Dirk Banks because we're going down the list here. So we got Dirk Banks, then we got Trouble City Pirates, and then we got Corey Last. So but I appreciate that bucket with your girl. Stay in, don't go nowhere. We're gonna talk some other stuff too. But Dirk Banks, what you got on that? We're gonna piggyback off the organization. We're gonna keep it on that topic with the organization and also with what they didn't do in the trade deadline and the present right now with the organization.
Okay. All right. So yeah, basically touching on what almost everybody else said, it's not one thing in particular. It's a lot of issues, but I would agree that coaching is the number one issue.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as Brady, back when I believe he hurt his finger against the Cowboys, right?
Yeah, the first game of the season, I was there. Yep.
Yeah,
I
and
the
then
sideline, he was doing this right here.
yeah, and then he hurt his shoulder against the Chiefs on that corner blitz.
Yeah, rotated cuff.
So yeah, I believe that's some of the issues that we're seeing with the accuracy. I believe that has something to do with that. Not trying to make excuses for him, but I believe that's why some of the throws are either sometimes low or overthrown or underthrown. And as far as like, for example, we look good uh, the previous person, Buck with your girl, when she said that our offense looked good for that first drive or first couple of drives. Because, you see that it was scripted, but as soon as the scripted plays were gone, we just looked lost. That's coaching. Like, we can't make any adjustments. I don't think I've ever seen the Bucs defensively or offensively, if they're having issues in the game, come back in the second half and make good adjustments and and look better. I've never seen it.
Remember what I said in the Ravens game on that first drive? I said, did the Bucs just empty that clip on the first drive? Did the way they looked? It's just like they emptied the clip, and I said the Ravens had a plan A, B, and possibly a C, and the Bucs literally had a plan A, 15 plays. That's what it was like.
Right. The NFL, like, it's too evenly matched in terms of talent. Even if you do have a little bit more talent, if the coaching gap is large, you're not going to be successful. Just look. I've said it before. Just look at the Giants. You can't tell me they got a better roster than we do.
I don't know.
And yeah, and look at their record, and they're in a tougher division. Like to be honest, Daniel Jones
with the Commanders are what they 4-4, right? Ron Rivera.
Yeah, 4. Come on now, like let's be real. Like it's Also, Devin White, he's literally making the same mistakes every single year. Like, I see no improvement from him. I don't know what he does in the offseason. He's always blowing plays. Levante David does not deserve this. He's a nicer person than me. I'll be calling it out. Yeah, and also I'm sorry, I don't like Antoine Winfield as a slot corner. You saw the Steelers took advantage of that. You're like, wait. You mean to tell me you want to put an undersized small safety on Chase Claypool? Oh yeah, we're gonna eat.
remember you talked about that during that when we talked about the Steelers game. We
Yeah,
talked
like
about
I don't like, and Sean Murphy Bunting should be ashamed, bro. Like, how do you get benched for a safety? That
skills.
should be your job.
Now remember, Winfield Jr. played corner at Minnesota, so he has the ability to play. You
I
know what I'm saying?
understand, but at the end of the day, he's a safety for a reason. He can't play man against these elite NFL receivers.
Yeah,
Sean,
he has better. Yeah, he has the elite IQ, like instinct. So he
yeah,
can see the field. He sees the field at that position a lot better than he sees it, in the slot. But him at the slot has made a difference though.
yeah, I agree. He's better when it's like zone coverage, and we're able to communicate with each other. It's more smoother when he's in the game. Um, but when they go to man, he's on the field as well, and he's having to cover these guys, and he can't do it.
Mm.
I mean, and also one of the most important things to me, the most important part of a football team is the trenches. For a defense, you can get away with a lot of things if you have a great pass rush. Even if you
Well,
have an average secondary, just look at the Panthers when they went to the Super Bowl that year. Other
okay.
than
So
Josh
where does
Norman,
that?
they had a pretty average secondary, but a great.
Where does that come from? Going back to the overview of the conversation, from an organization. That's why we were talking about, and you brought up something in particular, like one of the key
Mhm.
things about a team is the trenches. But where does that decision come from though?
Yeah, you're right. Upstairs, the depth behind Vita Vea and Shaq Barrett
Awful.
and is terrible. They don't perform at all. And even Vita Vea and Shaq Barrett didn't really perform. So it's just a mess.
And they
So
got big contracts too.
right.
So, like I said, the Bucs they're in a really weird situation because it's like we're good, but we're not really bad. Like we kind of like in that middle range, kind of like flirting around, and the organization got to be really careful. But I'm not going to go too far in that right now. But I wanted to go with Trouble City Pirates, and then we got Corey at the end.
Okay.
Trouble
And
City.
one last point.
Okay.
One last point. It's also really frustrating because how bad the NFC is. Like this would be a perfect year to take advantage of that, but I digress.
That's fine. I mean, don't go nowhere. We got some more conversation going. But Trouble City, talk about we're going from the top down, right? We're talking about the organization, present, and then also how they view things in the past, going up to this point with no trades, no improvement anywhere. Basically, sticking with what the guys that we got in the all season is basically our trades, if you want to per se, that we made. So they sticking with the older guys, hoping that they get healthy. From an organization standpoint, is that a good deal, or was that a good mindset to approach this trade deadline from an organization standpoint?
Well, that's pretty much a free agents right now. That's pretty much a trades right now. Everything you did in the off season, bringing in Neil, bringing in Hicks, which I ain't really agree on, was injury prone. They knew he was injury prone. I would have rather kept Sue. They say they wanted to get more pressure from the three technique to the quarterback, but Sue had 6 sacks last year, so that was good for me. You know what I mean? It's Sue a leader of man, so I just don't understand that getting rid of Sue. But all those moves they made through the off season, you can't keep kicking void years, kicking the can down the road. Like you got to pay that money up. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that is really what the trade deadline was. The trade deadline is getting all our players back healthy. I'm not trying to make no excuses for the coaching staff. It's certain things he could do, as far as, certain routes he could run and certain different formations, probably to get the linebackers all balanced, use a little orbit motion and stuff, get them guessing, eye candy. But players got to execute and make plays too. Like, I mean, when that first game, when we was all healthy, not making an excuse, when we was all healthy against the Cowboys, we looked good.
Yeah, we did.
And I think that's the last time we've been all the way healthy, the whole season.
It's crazy. It's crazy you mention that because ain't it similar to last season? Like we was a lot hurt. We was hurt a lot last season too as well, but we was able to overcome that. And I wanted to go back to like the drop off from a team aspect, mental aspect is so big. The drop off is so huge. Like, how do you go from
you missing leaders of men? You missing a JPP. I mean, JPP ain't explosive and exclusive no more as far as getting to the quarterback, but he could set the edge. He could contain. If you notice that last game we played against the Ravens, all they was running was outside zone and RPOs, or they'll come with an option. They'll come with a
They did a
power
little bit of
option.
zone read. They did a little zone read. They did a
Yeah,
little
but
zone action.
everything was to the edges. Everything to the edges.
And they did some window dressing. And they did window dressing to the edges too. Even though they didn't run to the edge, but they did some window dressing to make the linebacker shift.
Right. We weak on the edge of that. I mean, y'all can take it how y'all want it. That JTS boy ain't it to me. He just ain't it. You know what I mean? I look at the same. I looked at his stats today when I was driving. He got like 18 tackles, 10 combo, 10 assisted, and two and a half sacks in 8 games.
You know, so funny at a part-time role, it just seemed like his projection was going to be that 9.5, 11 sack types. You know, being at a part-time, you know what I'm saying? That's what it looked like. But yeah, maybe he's hit a wall. You know what I'm saying? Like he hit a wall.
Yeah, and they run straight at him. They run right outside of that 9, or if he 5, they run right at him every time. I'm watching it. When Shaq was in,
quickness, they use his quickness against him.
Yeah, all he want to do is get to the quarterback. He don't care about nothing else. He don't care about no gap integrity, nothing. He get to the quarterback. Get the quarterback, and then he don't get. Then when he get there, he don't get him on the ground. You know, I thought we would try to do some kind of trade, even to get something. I guess that boy Allen from the Jaguar, but I
thought we was gonna do something. I really thought we was gonna do something, but I understand why we didn't do it.
Yeah, I do too. Like all that what you were saying earlier, you made good points on that.
Because you gotta look at it. You know, it's two sides to that story, because it's like if the Bucs was to trade somebody, right? Trade for somebody, you have to give up some draft capital, and also if you trade for that person, you gotta. If it's somebody really good, you got to resign him. So if you trade for Bradley Chubb,
you got him 1 year. Yep.
Right. If you trade for Bradley Chubb or Josh Allen, you know what I'm saying? You just gave Shaq Barrett a ton of money a couple years ago, and then you got to pay these other guys. So you can't re-sign Josh Allen or Bradley Chubb. You can't. It's no way. You know. So it put the Bucs in a bad situation with these contracts from an organizational standpoint, that they could not make the moves that they really want. I think they wanted to make a move, but they had to look at it from a number standpoint. Because if I make this move, I got to resign this guy, because I gave up a first round pick and a third round pick for Bradley Chubb, or a first round pick for Josh Allen, and he's on his last year, so I got to resign him. If you don't resign, you just gave away a player.
And those it got to fit the scheme. You know, we run a 3-4. We run a 3-4. You know, we sometimes we go to a 4-2-2-5 when they in nickel or something, but we got outside edge linebackers. They don't always put their hand in the dirt, you know what I mean? So they standing up, dropping back, you got to find a player versatile to run that, you know what I mean? You can't just I like him, let's get him. It don't work like that,
right?
You know.
Well, I mean,
so
yeah, you made some good points, and
my last point, before I hate to cut you off, my last point. Every team every year is different. You know, they like, we were doing so good last year. We had 2 players that totally made us different from last year's team and this team, and that's Rob Gronkowski and AB. AB can get separated.
Truth be told, that's facts.
AB is one of the best wide receivers ever in history. The boy dumb, but that boy raw. He can get separation.
Regardless of how you feel about him, that dude can play.
Yeah, he can get separation at any time, and Gronk know how to run the seams in the middle of the field.
We don't have that.
And we ain't got that.
We don't have it. That's facts. And regardless of how you feel, that's facts, that we don't have those dynamic 2 pieces. Yeah, Cade Otton's doing great. You know, Julio can't stay healthy. Godwin not 100% healthy, and Russell Gage has been awful.
And you just said Julio about to miss the Rams game too?
Most likely.
Oh my God.
Where did you hear the news about Julio? Because I tried to look that up. I didn't see nothing.
No, so I was I'm actually as we talk, I'm actually looking through some news here, and there was I was looking at the injury report. You know, he always show up on the injury report. So anytime he's on there, I'm literally like, okay.
Yeah. I don't think he's gonna play. That's every damn week.
I don't think he's gonna play. Yeah. I want to get to Corey on this topic. Is from an organizational standpoint. As far as them not making any moves and why they didn't make a move, or do you understand why they didn't make a move, and where they got this team at in the position where they're kind of like in the middle, like mediocre, 3-5.
Yeah. I really thought we was going after the Shaq. You know, I'm my fault. Somebody trying to call me. I was cool with the roster before Shaq Barrett got injured. Right. I was like, you know what? Coming into the season, we did have a top. I won't say tier, but we had a top of the line roster. If you look at other teams around the league, some of the pieces that we have at multiple positions, a lot of teams just didn't have that, even on both sides of the ball, quite frankly. But then when Shaq Barrett got hurt, I'm like, well, we got to do something because, first of all, even with Shaq Barrett, we weren't generating pressure without blitzing, and we weren't stopping teams that were committed to the run. We weren't like what annoyed me about that Ravens game, and I think Bucky with your girl was talking about it. I knew, you knew, everybody knew they were going to run the ball at some point. They weren't going to come back and throw another 25, 30 passes in the second half in a one-possession game. Right. Like, even the Baltimore Raven fans that I'm cool with, it's like, man, how you think tonight's game goes? I said, hey, man, y'all going to run all over us. I ain't in the locker room. I'm not the coach. I don't get paid millions of dollars. Why do I know that? And so why do I know they're going to come and run the ball when they need to? He threw, 8 passes in the second half? Compared to 30 in the first half? He was 8 for 8.
The Ravens literally said, hey, let's scrap plan A. Let's go to plan B.
Thank you. Exactly. And honestly, I know nobody will admit this on the higher ups, but I don't think they're, quite frankly, impressed with the coaching. I don't. Who can be? Me and you, we work everyday jobs. We are fans of an NFL team. We watch the organization closely, and even we aren't impressed. Now, imagine if we was paying them dudes salary. You think I'm going to give up capital to give them a player that I don't think they can manage? Nobody's going to admit to that. But there's been certain instances out of these 8 games, probably 6 out of the 8 games, where we have been, quite frankly, outcoached. It's no slight to get outcoached by John Harbaugh, but it is a slight to get outcoached by Steve Wilkes. 21-3 to Carolina. Are you serious? If you look at the beginning of that game, and stop me if I'm wrong, if you look at the beginning of that game, Carolina was tanking at the beginning of that game. They punted the ball twice, 2 out of 3 possessions.
They weren't trying to win.
4th and inches.
They weren't trying to win.
It was 4th and inches. They punted the ball twice.
To get field position.
And great field position where they could have, if they didn't get it, we'd be, at the 45,
Right.
And their defense was playing well. And then it got to the point, it was like, well, these guys ain't trying to win either. Let's go win the game. Yep. So they went to plan B. So my biggest thing, I don't think the higher-ups quite trust the coaching staff. I don't. I think that played into some of things that didn't take place today. Because I'm not going to keep spending money and capital on something that I don't trust. So you know what they're going to do? You know what? You're going to play with the players that we paid all this money to. You're going to play. I'm sorry.
You're going to let it play out.
Yeah, you're going to play with these players that we've already committed to, and
a lot of money too.
A lot of money. You're going to make it work. You're going to make it work. You're going to make it enough.
You know, so crazy to say that. It's so not crazy, but it's interesting that you made that point. Is the fact that they made season ticket holders required to get a second year season tickets. If you wanted to get tickets this year, you had to get tickets for the 2023 season. You couldn't just get it for the 2022 season. You had to get a 2-year requirement. You had to do a 2-year requirement.
I didn't know that.
Yes. And what teams do that? What team?
Yeah, that's what I said. I've never heard that before. That's crazy.
They already know. They already know we not no big market, man. Only thing bringing revenue right now is Tom Brady. We ain't never been a big market.
That's crazy though. I've never seen an organization
Tom Brady
say you got to get 2 years.
Yeah.
You better get 2 years. Commit.
So I was very certain we were going to get but like you did, it's another side of that coin. Are we going to get these guys for 1 year? You get a dude like Josh Allen. Well, he's in the same situation as Devin White. This is a contract year. They were in the same draft.
Oh.
Uh-oh. But Josh, what's the thing about
25? How old is he? 24, 25?
What? Josh Allen?
He's 24. Is he 24?
Right. But who would you rather have though? Josh Allen or Devin White?
See, and that's the thing you don't want to kick down. That's the can you don't want to kick.
And you bring him on the team. You bring Josh Allen on the team. It's like, well, all comes around in full circle, huh?
Not to mention a player that you could have drafted.
You could have drafted.
Yeah, let's not forget that part.
Hey,
You're gonna give up
but
a first round
Bucos,
pick for a player you could have drafted. That's gonna look real
but
funny.
fellas, I
Like,
don't know if y'all remember. Do y'all remember Josh Allen's first couple years in the league?
Yeah, he was
He
bad.
didn't.
He wasn't good.
Yeah.
He wasn't worth a damn.
But-
Having a great quarterback, it requires a lot of things. You got to develop him right. You got to have the right people around him. Like, you can ruin a pretty good quarterback.
and my last point.
Yeah.
I give it back to Isaiah because I know it's the last person. Something's happening, especially the last two drafts, where we're using early draft picks or just draft picks in general on rookies that can't come and make an impact. I
brought that up too.
You're seeing it all over the NFL. You got guys in the 5th round like Tariq Woolen out here. He's an impact player. I'm not saying everybody has to be that way, but I'm seeing all across the NFL.
Scouting.
Yeah, and it's very annoying that we draft a corner in the 5th round, granted, and Zion McCullum, but he looks like a rookie.
Lost.
And I'm like, man, I know he went to a small school, but you know what? He was literally in the same situation as Woolen. A small FCS school, had all the measurables. This kid come in with straight confidence.
Woolen is from University of Texas San Antonio.
Yeah, he went FCS. Yeah, he was just a small
he was actually
school, UTSA.
That team was actually good.
Actually, I saw some good things from McCollum the other game.
Yeah, I think McCullough gonna be all right, man.
But my thing is, it goes back to coaches for me because this kid is 6'2", runs a 4.3, and we got him 11 yards off the man.
I don't get that.
Like, I don't understand it. Play to this dude's strengths,
He played
man.
the bail technique. He bailed, and they throw the out route.
Play to his strengths. Tell him to get in somebody. He's 6'2". The kid is the size of a strong safety, run a 4.3. Get in somebody's face. He was top 2 in every measurable in the draft. He had one of the highest grades in draft history for a defensive back.
Yeah,
that means his agility.
What called on the back end.
That means his agility. What'd you say?
Coaching.
I said no, not to cut you off. That's what Bowles called for him to run a bail.
That's what I'm saying. Our coach,
he throw the out route.
But it goes to show our lack of ability to adjust. I gotta let you guys go because I don't want to take. You know what? Just go because I got a lot to talk about, but I ain't gonna take. I'm not gonna go on this diatribe. I'm gonna let Isaiah handle this.
You said I want to go back to the Josh Allen. You talking about the Josh Allen from the Jags or the Bills?
The Jags. We could have drafted him.
Right. Yeah. That's what the chat was like.
Quarterback.
No.
No. We're talking about the pass rusher.
That Josh Allen.
Yeah.
The pass rusher. Not
we could have drafted the pass rusher.
The quarterback was bad. The pass rusher, no.
And I thought that's who we was going to draft. I thought that's who we was drafting.
I thought that too.
Yeah,
White, but I was like, we needed pass rush though.
When the Raiders took Clint and Flair, when they took Farrell, I was like, oh, they jacked up. We running 3-4, dog. We about to get the best 3-4 pass rush in the draft.
I mean, during that playoff run, people were like, Devin White was a great pick.
I love Devin White. Devin White. Like any other NFL player, he has his weaknesses. What
is one of the premium positions in the NFL?
It's definitely middle linebacker. Pass rusher. Yeah, pass rusher.
But Devin White, not no big linebacker, man. Y'all got to understand that front is letting people get to the next level.
That's the point. That's the point. You don't draft a guy like that at 5.
Yeah. Maybe you should put Devin at edge.
He sideline to sideline.
Right.
And his passing
and right now he's playing real reckless. He be in man coverage. He won't even cover the running back.
There's one linebacker I'm drafting in the top 5 pick in the last 15 years. It's Patrick Willis. Patrick Willis is the only one I'm drafting that high at middle linebacker.
You can't be a top 5 pick and show no progression in coverage.
You can't do that, man.
Facts.
Like you can't. You have to get better.
He know he ain't man. He supposed to have a damn running back. He know that.
We about to watch some film. Y'all about to see it.
I don't want to. Oh, he got bodied.
Y'all about to see this. Top 5 pick. This is why you don't take a linebacker at 5. Game-changing players go that high.
Kuechly was a
game-changing player.
Kuechly, Levante, Bobby Wagner.
Devin White is good. I mean, he's good. Don't get me wrong.
Patrick Willis is the only middle linebacker that I'm taking in the top 5.
Devin White is like game-changing.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Devin White a bad boy when that front keep him clean, when he can just shoot the gap.
That's fine.
They let somebody go to the next
You wouldn't take
level,
Luke Kuechly in the top 5.
But that's not game-changing.
Okay, maybe not over Patrick Willis.
Pass rusher and
middle linebacker. That's all I'm saying. Middle
pass
linebacker.
rusher Pass rushers and O linemen are right tackle, left tackle. Pass rushers are very, very integral parts of a 3-4 defense.
Wait,
we're gonna
that outside linebacker. Yep.
We just gonna talk about 3-4 defense. When you draft in the top 10, you got to get a premium guy. And Devin White is not, like I said, he's not a bad athleticism off the charts.
He's so gifted. He's so gifted.
That's great. But every year, where is the major jump? Matter of fact, where's the jump to Fred Warner and Darius Leonard? And,
boom. You know there you go.
Where's the jump bank right now?
He declined.
Real quick. Outside of his playoff run, which was a great playoff run, what has he done differently than Quan Alexander?
You can make a case that Quan has more heart than Devin White in terms of like defense.
Quan was a dog, especially in the first 2 years.
He actually hit harder.
Being injured. That's about it, really. I mean,
Quan got injured.
Quan actually hit harder than Devin White. Devin White is a grabby. He grabs so much. He don't hit nobody.
And he take horrible angles.
Horse collars.
He reckless right now. He out of control.
Right now, he been reckless.
He got no discipline.
He's been reckless since his rookie season. He's been reckless.
How many times have we seen?
Ravens game, though, I think the Ravens game was more schematic because if you look at a lot of the plays they ran, he was in QB spy. So it kind of takes away a bit of your aggressiveness if you're in QB spy. A lot of those plays, if you look at him, his feet was flat. He was watching Lamar. It was just that game against Baltimore, and it looked really bad on film. And that goes to once again coaching. Yeah. Why didn't we play them like we played the Falcons? Falcons had 0 points through 3 quarters. I'm sorry, but the offense is pretty doggone similar.
Well,
and I know Lamar Jackson is way
Jackson.
better than Mariota. But let Lamar Jackson beat us with 350 passing yards and 4 TDs. If he does that, we weren't going to win that game. We weren't going to, but we defended Jalen Hurts in the playoffs, not to scramble, to beat us from the pocket. Let Lamar beat us from the pocket with those mediocre receivers.
Some doggone tight end named Likely was working David all night.
Oh my God.
He may not. I may not even hear this kid name again in life.
Nah, he's actually pretty good.
You will hear him again.
I can't lie though. When that
I put money on that.
I saw him in the preseason. He's good.
Yeah,
I can't money on that one.
I can't lie. That first play that they had with they started using the center to guard Devin and drag him
on purpose. That was on purpose.
Like they did that once they saw that weakness. They kept making the center go straight out right to Devin
every time.
And that's a lack of adjustments. Yeah. A lack of adjustments again.
That center, Linenbaum didn't even have to do any double teams in the front. So he basically went to the second level immediately.
Right. That's not your Vita Vea need to make them double team. I don't know who was in there.
John Harbaugh told that center.
William Gone's son.
John Harbaugh, he told that center, he was like, wherever Devin is, you run straight to him.
Go straight to him. Go to the second level. Don't even worry about double teaming. And
because Devin White didn't have any.
That front ain't doing that job. That Vita Vea and Nacho weren't doing their job.
What did I tell you about the Bucs D linemen about how to run against them? Right, you have to make them move and get those cutback angles. And the Ravens offense is built like that. They're not built to run straight ahead. They're not built like that. They built
everything to the outside.
We out here getting killed by Devin Duvernay and me. I can't even name their receivers, man. Come on, man. Like make Lamar Jackson make tight throws. You're gonna have to play man, tight coverage, and make him make tight throws.
But see, they scared to play man against a mobile quarterback.
He had 43 yards. He had 43 yards rushing, so he wasn't a big factor running the ball.
Because he's trying to get paid at quarterback. He ain't even been running like that all year.
No, I'm just saying for this game. Offensive for this game, like you said, Lamar Jackson, but he threw the ball 38 times, 30 in the first half, 80 second half. But his rushing statistics, he was not a big factor. It was the other guy.
This what Todd Bowles thinking. Oh, I can't play man against a running quarterback because our lights turn.
They play a lot of zone. They played a lot of zone.
And we ain't communicate good in zone.
We never communicate good in zone. That's been a problem for years, which is crazy.
That's just
but you know what's the number one indication how bad the coaching is? All those years of getting owned by the Saints and Sean Payton. I bet Sean Payton used to probably just laugh when he had to go up against the Bucs, because every single time it was the same thing. Like, you should not be getting blown out by the same team twice in a row. In the NFL, usually you see teams make adjustments. especially
but
in your
everybody
own
was talking
division.
about it with Todd Bowles, but hell, the Saints were kicking our
Yeah,
butt with Bruce Arians. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
yeah,
like Sean Payton, he must love Todd Bowles. He's probably going to invite that man to, you know, whatever occasions he had, his birthday, things like that, because he would eat that defense alive. That scheme.
I want to bring this up real quick. So the Bucs waived Fred Johnson and they signed Tyler Johnson and Ryan Smith.
Uh-huh.
Now I had Tyler
that ain't
Johnson.
nothing.
I had Tyler Johnson making the roster. I had him making the roster.
Over
And
Scotty.
what do you know? They bring him back.
Darden.
No, we have
Hey, let
we
me
got
ask
too
y'all
many
this: Do
injuries
y'all think
at
Tyler
the
Johnson
skill
can get any
position,
kind of
so.
separation?
He'll get more than Chris Godwin can right now. Chris Godwin looks like a dude who's
He
recovering from
ain't
ACL.
100%.
I
He
think
ain't
he can.
100% right
I
now,
think he
right?
can run a. I
Godwin
think,
ain't 100%.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think
he's not.
he can run a better route tree than Scotty can.
I don't think
Oh,
so. I don't think
definitely.
Yeah,
Godwin
yeah,
can
that's
run a
all
route.
day long. That's all day long. But I mean,
I
dude,
don't think Godwin can
and
run a
then
route.
will he catch the ball? Cause he
No,
showing
well,
up
the
drop.
problem with Tyler Johnson, they say, is he's off the field. He might have some issues, and he makes some like mental mistakes. Like you saw in that playoff game against the Rams, he wasn't really on the same page with Brady.
I
Yeah,
think
he
if he
dropped.
played, I think if he played special teams, he would have made the roster. But he
What's he
doesn't.
going to
Right,
do
he
on
don't
special
play no
teams?
special team. He don't play no
Tackle,
special
be a
team.
gunner.
He's slow. He ain't no gunner.
Hey,
He too
hey,
slow.
Yeah, he's too
that,
slow.
and that goes to that Ryan Smith signing, underrated signing, because he could be
Yeah.
a
Ryan
good
Smith.
gunner.
Well, so who spot he taking in? If they're on the practice squad, by the way, they're not on the actual roster. But I'm saying, if they call him up, if Ryan Smith, we already know he's a gunner. He's one of the top gunners. We
Yeah,
know that.
good
So
gunner, good gunner.
So he's going to be activated. Yeah.
Yeah, he has to
Who
be activated.
Probably Scotty, man. Honestly.
I thought we have two. I saw Greg Allman report we have 2 spots open on the 53-man roster right now.
Yeah, because Shaq Barrett.
Yeah, but you can
Oh,
only dress
Shaq Barrett,
46.
that's right.
You can only dress 46 for a game.
Right. But Shaq Barrett, he creates an opening spot. So
Yeah,
he's on IR now.
I mean, at least Shaq Barrett could set the edge. So that was one thing
Right.
about him. That's gonna hurt.
And
Right.
he was having his best game of the year.
Sure was.
I couldn't believe that happened
Yep.
to him. He was
He
having
sure
his
was.
best game of the year.
He sure was.
That was the best game
Yep.
of the year for
Yep.
Shaq Barrett, man.
Yep.
Probably how he got hurt. He was actually putting effort.
When he went out,
his body wasn't used to all that effort that he was putting in, so he got-
I hate to say it, but I'm just saying.
I thought he was down in Miami with the Wade.
And why does Todd Bowles after the game act like he's still a defensive coordinator when he says, "Oh, Byron, we could have ran the ball more." Bro, you the head coach. What are you talking about? How you gonna say in the set? Oh, I thought we got pass happy. You're the head. You're not the defensive coordinator only, Todd. You can fix that.
Yeah, well, we can't down block. We can't even
Byron-
set a down block.
Byron
Man, we
can't
were
even
running
set
the
a
ball
down
well
block.
that game.
So how we
were
gonna
running
run?
the ball well that game. We were running.
When?
Rashad White had a drive.
After the first drive?
Rashad White had a drive that was fantastic, and they ran a jet sweep. Like, that's the lack of continuity with the play calling to where I'm like, you know what? Unfortunately, Byron, you can't handle it, bro. Like, when you can't take advantage of Pittsburgh, you can't take advantage of Carolina, you can't use your players in their best ways. That's coaching, man. And unfortunately, you're not getting it done. Like,
No.
Rashad White deserves 12 carries.
It's a little bit of both. Because if that wide receiver set the down block, Julio get the edge and he get 2 yards.
That's a terrible play to run on 2nd and 1 when you just got 9 yards on first down. That's a terrible play to run.
I mean, in hindsight, I mean, if it
no,
would have worked,
in football sight, and that
play.
goes to that mentality. Because you know what?
Let me say that. What if it worked? If it would have worked, it's a good play, right?
It's a terrible play to call, but things have to be executed. But even I would have been sitting there like, why are we running the jet sweep? When, first of all, we got the 9 yards off the action. We did the jet sweep action, and we handed it off. We faked the jet sweep. So then they came right back and ran it. Like, that's that predictableness. And I get what you're saying if the play is executed. Well, you know what, man? It wasn't. It was a terrible play. Just like when they say, if you go for it on 4th down, if they would have got it, it would have.
Oh.
The mindset, dude. 2nd and 1, when your running back got you 9 yards and has all the yards on the drive, you get a running back the ball. You give him the ball.
Oh, you know what? Let me bring this up. I want to bring up a point here. And I keep harping on this organization structure or the outcome of the decisions they made this offseason, I want to give y'all this, and I want to say this. I'm gonna say two things. The first thing I'm gonna say is it says more about this person and versus the outside pass rushers. Vita Vea leads our team in sacks at 4.5. That tells you everything about our outside pass rush, right? Which is non-existent.
That's bad. Yep.
And when you have a zero technique leading your team in sacks, that's bad. This is why that outside pass rusher that when Shaq Berry went down, I was like, man, like, now you're relying on Carl Nassib, Anthony Nelson, and Joe Tryon to basically figure this out, and Pat O'Connor. What? Anyway.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, and they play 5 and 4 technique.
This also goes back to
Nelson ain't nothing but power. Nelson ain't got no real speed.
So it also goes back to that Cam Gill injury
here's
too.
the thing about the organization structure. And we talked about this at the very beginning of this whole locker room conversation. Next year, the team has $53 million in dead cap just by using void years with no players attached to that. Brady, $35 million. Levante David, $6.8 million. Hicks, $4.9 million. Golson, $2.4 million. Julio, $3.4 million dead cap.
Yeah. A lot of them boys ain't coming
They got to
back.
cut some people, man.
A lot of them boys ain't coming back.
CMB got to walk. Devin got to walk.
It's time for Levante David. You know, he not lost.
Levante might got to walk.
It is what it is. Yeah, Levante got to walk.
We can't pay him. How old is he? 34?
Levante David almost 30. Ain't he almost 35 years old?
Ah, damn. Oh, excuse my language.
I think David almost 35.
Levante
32. We playing like he's 35.
That's bad, bro. And even if they put void years to that, you still got to pay him.
And they had the genius game plan to put him on Travis Kelce. I remember that, Todd Bowles.
You still got to pay these guys. If you spread the dead cap out, you still got to pay that $53 million dead cap hit.
You saw how the Bills
man on Travis Kelce. They put him in straight man on Travis Kelce.
You saw how the Bills played him. The Bills put this big corner who was like 6'2", physical corner on Travis Kelce. That's what you got to do. But what do? We put Levante David on Travis Kelce.
I thought they'd have put Neil.
They put Levante on him.
Put Neil on him.
The only reason it worked in the Super Bowl is because we actually had a pass rush back then because the Chiefs had no O-line.
That's why they put him on. They figured he could do the same thing with less.
And
Shaq Barrett was leading the charge talking about, they the same.
Do y'all realize that from an organization standpoint, do y'all realize the Bucs wiggle room is slim to none?
Is what room? I'm sorry.
The wiggle room. The wiggle room for the Bucs. I just gave y'all $53 million in dead cap hit next year. If they let these guys go.
That's why I was raising hell. That's why I was raising hell about Rudolph and Julio and these guys coming to this team. I'm like, why are you making these moves when you're not leaving no gap?
Okay.
No money. You're not leaving no money just in case money.
Can I address the elephant in the room? I know Rudolph lack ability, but he is a red zone threat. Was that Rudolph fault that Tom Brady throw the ball way over to the left?
Yeah, Tom Brady missed him on
that wasn't his fault. That wasn't his fault. That wasn't his fault. We all know that.
I will tell you.
We all know that, but overall, Rudolph hasn't done nothing. That's been his highlight play of the year.
I know. I'm saying, but he can get open in the red zone. That's what all I'm saying. I ain't saying he's nothing great, but we got to address the issues that Tom Brady got going on.
He ain't worth $6 million.
Tom Brady got a lot of issues going on, man.
This year, it feels like we've paid players.
I ain't tell the front office to sign on that. Hell no.
Like we play. Like
that's
we
the deal Tom Brady worked out.
To not play this year, like at all. Like how many people have like been IA active and we pay them all this money? They're literally just sitting at home, like like nursing or just IA.
What did I say? And who invited all the players that y'all saying ain't doing nothing? Is the ones that Tom wanted. He wanted Rudolph.
Tom brought him in there.
He wanted Lenny back. He wanted Julio.
Y'all see this?
Oh, it's not. Yeah, I see it.
I got no issue with Lenny coming back. I love Lenny.
I seen the all 22 Monday. Somebody
I
put one
love
up.
Lennon when he ain't tiptoeing and no gap.
Man, you
But we know
gotta
Lenny
provide the
Lenny
holes for him to
needs the
run
ball.
through.
Lenny is a traditional running back, man. He needs the ball. We can't go get this man 5 carries and a half, and then get
He
mad.
looked fine last year when he had a real
Right.
line.
Anybody explain this? Can anybody explain this right here? Please.
What that play was?
Don't worry, we got him play it again. First down.
Yo, this was terrible.
Oh my lord!
Why?
We run the same screen play
Byron left
every
wedge.
time, bro.
Byron left
What
was
kind of screen? What kind of screen is that? What's the infatuation?
They see it. They ain't fooling nobody.
They knew exactly what was about to happen.
Bruh.
You see that Rudolph block? You saw Rudolph block right there?
Look at Patrick Queen.
Count how many men in the box. Count how many men
Look,
in
he
the
saw
box.
that shit coming.
Look at Rudolph. Rudolph missing his block too.
Oh my God.
And that's why I said that was Rudolph's highlight play. He ain't been able to do nothing else.
That's execution.
That's 8 guys in the box.
All we do is flip it.
I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of play call, but that is bad execution.
8 guys in the box, but will screen. Like make it make sense.
I mean, you can't run on no 8-man box. Unless you got to run to the outside. You can't run into that.
What was that though?
Too many men in the
Dumbest
box.
play ever.
They saw this play so easy. They're like, what?
Patrick Queen called it immediately. He immediately put his hand up. He's like, all right.
He tried to hurry. He tried to get it to the outside because you can't run in that box. So they tried to get it to the outside, but
So look at this. You got 3 guys out here, 3 Bucks, 3 Ravens. How this play didn't? What?
Rudolph.
Well,
Rudolph
yeah, when you get that's good numbers. 3-on-3. The running back got to make a man. Is the other man got to make a man?
No, that's Rudolph. Look at
Rudolph missed his block.
That's
right
good
there.
numbers.
Rudolph
3-on-3 is good numbers.
Rudolph missed his block.
Rudolph missed his block.
Oh
Yep.
my God.
Now there you go. Now you got to give some blame to that too. Now you know you give blame to Brian Leftwich. You got to give blame to that too.
Bruh.
I'm blaming
It
Byron
could be
Leftwich.
Brian Leftwich.
I'm blaming Byron Leftwich for stupid ass play.
I gotta
blame Byron, but Tom can see that play. Why can't he audible out
Yeah,
of
why
it?
don't Tom audible out of that too?
Yikes.
Yeah.
Well, what else he would have
don't got
called?
as much
You
power
got to
as we
run
think.
to the. You got to get something to the outside.
Whoa, time out. What, bro? What did you just say? Maybe Tom. What?
I said
Maybe Tom don't have as much power as we think.
Oh no, that's a lie.
Tell me he don't have the power.
He got Bruce Arians out of there. He got a lot of power.
Yeah, he got power
Bruce
to
Arians out of there.
he got power to take days off.
So you trying to tell me he don't have power to audible out of a play?
No, I said as much power.
Yeah,
Isaiah, that was like right in the middle of the white line.
As much power.
Damn.
As much power to do what?
Power.
To audible?
As much power to change plays as we think. Maybe he can change. Maybe he can change certain plays, but not all of them.
Hey, rerun that play. See when that man went in motion, ain't nobody following him, so you know they're in zone.
I can't believe you said that, bro.
Bro,
I mean, it's 8 games in, guys. It's half the season. How many times we said, oh man, we should have did this. You know, Tom could have called this. And that's
Tom not having this. Why can't it just be that Tom having his head in the game?
Yeah, Tom been messing up, boy.
There's very few quarterbacks that don't have power to audible. It's usually like some throw-in third-string rookie or something.
What is that?
Not the greatest quarterback of all time. Come on, man.
What is this?
What the?
They in zone. They in zone.
They have a script, right? They call a play, and they have a script.
Why he throw
off that
so
play
low?
call.
I don't understand why. Let's see.
Here.
Yeah, Leonard Fournette.
Here. What?
Yeah, I don't know why he ain't checked it down. He always check it down any other time. Check it out, Charlie.
This game, by the way, Godwin's body language. Godwin's getting tired of getting balls thrown low to him.
No, the Ravens see this play coming.
He's tired of getting the ball thrown to him in traffic.
Look at Marlon Humphrey. He knows it's coming. He knows it's about to come. Godwin right here. He knows. Look at this. Look at Marlon Humphrey. Watch this. He know it. Look at this. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
We all know it.
Right there, perfect.
Look at this. Right here. Look at the linebacker. Waiting on it. Waiting on him to come. Waiting. Look at this. Check the ball down right here. They waiting on this play. Third down. What does Bray have to do? Go to God.
Fournette. Look
Right
at
there.
Fournette.
Look at Fournette.
For the
See,
throw.
that's what I'm saying. Y'all want to put it on Byron a lot.
What down it was and what the yard mark.
That's Tom not having his head in the game.
what down? What yard marker? I don't know all that information. You know?
Third down.
Oh, the third. That's probably why he ain't try to check it down. I don't know.
I don't want to hear that. No,
Stupid.
That was a stupid throw.
Terrible. Dumb
Terrible
throw.
throw.
That's like I said. That's Tom not having a
terrible
terrible game.
It feels like he stayed trying to get Godwin hurt. Like all
Terrible throw.
That's all he wanted to do was throw it right there in the middle.
Trying to get the first down, man.
Terrible throw.
Yeah, that's a bad throw.
And gentlemen, that is why Gronkowski, Edelman, Wes Welker, that's why all those guys are beat up to this day. Because that man always throwing in the traffic like that.
That's how far. Like, why do you play that far?
He's like 10 yards off him.
Yeah, they literally give him the first down where they line up.
I've been saying that for what, 4 weeks? Even if it ain't McClellan,
they got two high safety playing half.
Even if it's not McClellan, he got somebody, one of the corners playing off 8 to 10 yards off. I've been saying that for 4 weeks.
Yeah,
why do you keep doing
it? This is Todd Bowles. This is on Todd Bowles.
12 yards off the ball. 12 yards.
He should be right in his face, bro.
Exactly.
12 yards.
That's crazy, man. That's so easy.
Especially when you got help over top. I don't
That's
understand
pitch and catch, bro.
Like,
That's
he can play 7 yards off. He can play 7 yards off, but that's too much.
I've been saying it for 4 weeks.
That man ain't no burner like that. That man ain't no burner like that. You got to play that fall.
Zion's faster than that dude anyway.
Look at that. He literally just.
Yeah, he ain't no burner like that. You got to play that fall.
Look at that.
And he missed the tackle.
Missed the tackle.
Hold up, man. What?
Yeah, that's rough.
How many weeks in a row I got to say that we can't tackle?
Look at this scheme right here. Look at this scheme. This is a cornerback blitz, a slot blitz. D Delaney. That ain't fooling nobody. The Ravens had that easily picked up.
Yeah,
you ain't fooling the Ravens.
Oh man.
No.
Mark's on that coming. Like the running back was waiting right there for him.
And he was open. And he was open.
Damn.
And he was open.
Yeah, because that's the void when he blitzed. That's the void. Yeah.
He can't. Zion got to get better on tackling. He got to get better on tackling, bro. He can't.
How many times I got to say it? We can't tackle.
Can't tackle.
We got rid of our tacklers. Y'all mentioned Quan Alexander earlier. He was one. Him.
Whitehead. We met Whitehead.
Our two best tacklers are on the Jets right now. Our two best tacklers are playing for the Jets right now.
Yeah, that damn Whitehead, boy. Yes, Lord.
We're lucky Edwards was there, or else that would have been a touchdown easy.
Bro, this is just painful to watch.
And even Edwards can't tackle good. He's not a good tackler.
Look at that.
He's more of a ball. He's a ball hawk.
The only person on this team right now that I can say could tackle is Levante and Antoine Whitfield.
Yep.
As far as anything but past the line, can nobody else tackle?
I agree with that.
I've been saying it for weeks. I said this team can't tackle, y'all.
Hey, look,
why are they giving up all these yards? Because they don't tackle. All they try to do is grab people.
Yeah.
And that's coaching.
Time to go back to basics.
No, that's coaching. Because there's no way in the world you're not going to film room and be like, why aren't you tackling this guy?
Bruh.
Hit him.
That's crazy.
Bruh.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Warren.
Yeah, see, they put the center. They put the center right on 45. Yeah.
Just watch. Look, they can't tackle.
Nope.
They can't tackle.
All day.
Bruh.
They were like, center, go get Devin. You see Devin? What?
They cannot tackle.
Wants to do boom, run pass, boom, get Devin.
Watch how far they put Devin back.
Tryon missed that barely.
That's you, bro. That's all you, Tryon.
He can't tackle. He's not a good tackler.
That's it.
Watch Devin. Watch Devin.
Devin getting mossed.
He's gonna get pushed back about 10 yards.
Yep.
They did somebody for like the Pewter Report did like a right after the game. It was like right after the game. They did an all 20. They did an all 22 on Devin White on all his plays.
Bro, D Delaney, bro, what you doing?
Yeah, that line got to keep Devin clean too, man.
Come on,
bro. They did an all 22 on Devin right after this game, and he got pushed back at least six different times, at least 10 yards or more. They pushed him all the way back.
Okay. I mean, it happens. It happens, bro.
No,
He's light. He's not no big.
You
He's
should
not
not
no
be
big
getting.
bulky linebacker. He don't weigh up about 240, man. You got
And
that
you
that
should-
front got to keep
bro,
him.
First man missed.
You trying to tell me you can't get
O'Neal
off
been
of a
horrible.
center?
Keanu O'Neal been horrible. Let's be real. Keanu O'Neal been horrible, bro.
Yeah.
He's not good.
That center shouldn't have even been able to get to the next level like that.
Exactly, and the center shouldn't even be able to get a hand on you.
Have y'all seen Keanu O'Neal?
Yes, he can't tackle either. He's tall, but he's not a good
He read
tackler.
it too. He read it. Look, he had that. It's all him. That's all. That's all him.
He supposed to be a good tackler.
He went for the arms, or
He supposed to be a good tackler.
Oh, hey, Isaiah, you got the other angle?
Oh my gosh.
Look,
Bruh.
Yeah.
they cannot tackle. This team is the worst tackling team I've ever seen. And I was saying
they play him at linebacker at Dallas.
I was actually
So he
saying this
should be able to
last
tackle.
year.
I don't know.
I was seeing the same thing last year. They're not good tacklers. They're not.
God, bro, they horrible.
Go watch any of the games that we didn't play this year and watch when a running back gets the ball and watch how they tackle. They don't tackle well at all. It ain't just this game, it's every game.
Look how scared the Ravens off. How are you scared of William Golston, Nochez, Pat O'Connor, and Vita Vea? Like, ain't no offensive line scared of that.
Fam.
What? Just watch it.
Fam.
Just watch it.
Devin.
Who got the flats? Somebody out in the flat. Who got the flat?
Guess who it is?
like
Guess who it is? No guy.
on the
Get
bottom.
live
What's up, y'all?
The line got to keep him clean, though. Get out of here, man.
Oh, hey, Big Buck.
Dude, not good, man. He's okay. He's not great.
Man, y'all bringing back stress looking at this review all 22.
Come on,
He-
Devin.
The line got to keep him clean, though.
Devin,
Yeah, I do got to keep him clean.
He still can't cover.
I do got to keep him
What the
clean.
hell?
Hey, I say he missing the flats. You know linebackers got everything
Wait,
underneath. That's
Wait, was this man?
With Devin White, man.
Was this man? Was this
No,
man? Or was this
what it was Devin bit on the inside when he wasn't supposed to. He's supposed to keep outside containment.
Why did
I'm telling
he run with that guy? I don't understand.
Why wouldn't he just go straight to the flats?
I don't know
if you
why
know
he
that's
didn't
his
stay in his spot. Why did he run with that dude? Why did he run with the dude in the beginning of the
He
play?
should have stayed with homeboy.
Go
Why?
look.
Why?
They got an all. I'm telling y'all, they got an all.
Watch him up. Watch him.
Dude,
Watch him.
It's a tick.
Look,
They ain't man. They ain't man.
Card, man.
They ain't man. He got the flats. He got to run it back in the flats.
Somebody on TikTok.
Devin White is okay. He's not great. Period.
No, a guy
They
on TikTok
did
made a video
all,
saying
bro.
he the most overrated linebacker after the game. Immediately when the game was over,
He
they had
is.
cut up plays
Look,
showing how overrated he
fellas,
was.
it's plain to see he's okay. He's not a great linebacker. He's okay.
No, he's not great.
He's
not top
undersized.
five. He
He's
should have
okay.
picked in the top 5. That's not.
He's
shouldn't have
okay.
been.
He's not great. He's okay. Average.
No, I'm just saying we've said this. If you go back and look at the thing, we've said when a lineman in this 34 defense, when a lineman gets to the second level, it's over for him.
Bro, what? No.
I'm
I
telling
don't know
y'all.
how this play was developed because if this is man, then like there was like so many people that like were not.
First he
on.
lined up on the
When
outside.
that man come in motion and you see somebody follow him, this man, bro.
That's
Hey,
called
man.
football. That's called football instincts, which Devin White does not really have that well.
I'm telling you, they did an all 22 on him and him alone right after
Where
this
you going?
game.
Where
Yeah.
And they
going?
show you
Why is he
every
running full
play.
speed? Why is he running full speed? Bruh.
They show
Because
you
he
every play.
following this man. They ain't man.
Okay, if they are
look how
man,
many guys on the right. I mean,
Levante David is right here.
yeah.
Levante David is right here. Why are you running full speed? He's running full speed. Full speed. My goodness. Bro, just throttle down.
Trouble. That's like my issue. If he's in man, why didn't he follow him all the way at the end? Why did he?
They're not in man. That wasn't man. That was zone.
That's what I'm saying. That's Trouble City Pirates said they in man. That's not man.
That
So we
ain't
know they're
zone.
not.
That ain't
That's
zone.
him doing. That's
He got the
Devin
running
doing.
back. He got the running back in the flats. He missed
So
the
we
play.
gonna
Look,
White
man.
missed the play.
Look, hold up.
He
Up.
bit on that. He
First
bit
of
on
all, if it's man, Devin White shouldn't be out here. Devin White should be over here if it's man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Devin White should
The
be
heck
over
with
there.
that. Why the
That's
end?
what I'm trying to
Devin White got
Fellas.
underneath.
Fellas,
He
that's
got
what I'm
running
trying to.
tight end.
He's still
Underneath.
his fault. He's not good.
Yeah.
Stop capping for this dude, bro. He's not good. He's okay.
Man, who
It's
the hell
not.
capping? I'm just telling you what's up. Who capping for him?
No, but Trouble, we get you, but you're saying it's man.
Okay.
Why is he not with that one guy that he was
It's
running
not
with?
man. Right? That's his assignment.
Listen, man. If the man follow me in motion, this man, bro.
Okay, well then why was he with this guy?
No,
So he
it's
blew.
not.
Hey,
No.
can we go to the next play? Because y'all keep
Can
getting
I
mad
say
and mad.
something?
Let's go to the
Can I
next play.
please say something?
God
They
damn,
did,
boy. All
like
them
I keep
yelling,
saying.
He's not
you
good.
are not gonna follow the man in man.
Bro,
Get the hell out of here, man.
They did an all 22 on Devin White.
We saw that. We saw that. We got that. We saw that. We saw that
Okay.
already. We
And
saw
when
that.
they showed this,
We saw that already, man. You gotta
okay, but let me finish what I'm saying.
We saw that already.
When they
I'm just
showed
showing
this
right
play,
here. This play
when they
right here.
showed this play, they said it was zone.
You got
Devin was doing Devin.
Yeah.
Is right here.
So what Devin got curl flat? So what Devin got curl flat?
Yeah,
Or hook curl? What they got?
Listen,
He
hold
got
up. Let me
curl
break
flat
this
or
down
hook
for
curl?
y'all. Let me
He
break
got
this
his
down.
on.
Let me break this down. Stop yelling. Let me break this down. Before I mute you. If Ken O'Neal is right here, Levante David is right here, Patrick Ricard is running across the formation. Why is Devin White running full speed to get to his position when Levante David and Ken O'Neal got this side covered? Why are you running full speed? Why not throttle down to make sure
They had Picard out wide. They had Picard out wide.
I know
the
that.
fullback. They had him, and he following them.
He yelling. Anyway, as I was saying, Ricard is coming in motion. He's going across the formation. You got two guys here, a linebacker and Ken O'Neal. So when he gets over here, he's going to be covered by one of these two guys. Why is Devin White running full speed and not realizing there's a running back sitting right here? There's nobody here. He's running full speed across the formation. No reason to. Now look at this.
That's because Devin is doing Devin.
Look at this. Look at his beat.
He knew already. Yeah.
He knew it. He knew it. He knew he was beat.
Yeah.
Not read this. This is called read and recognition. Read and recognition, which Devin White is lacking.
All right.
He can't cover.
Look at that. Levante's already going over that fullback.
Lineman got to keep him protected. He can't cover.
Yeah.
He can't cover. This is a prime example.
That's his problem. Yeah.
Got
He's
it.
had no progress in cover either.
Look at this. He's beat.
It's beat. Yep.
This ain't got nothing to do with the lineman protecting him or nothing. He can't cover, which is a part of being a linebacker. Which goes back to my fact that he's okay. He's not great.
He's okay with speed, with a bunch of speed, and they use that speed against him all the time.
All the time.
Right.
He's okay. He's an okay linebacker. I'm not saying nothing bad about it. He's okay, and that's okay. But he's not gonna pay him a lot of money, linebacker, bro. After 4 years, we keep saying this. 4 years, we keep saying this.
Mm-hmm.
4 years. Come on, man. Enough is enough.
Yeah.
And you wonder why.
Show no progression.
And you wonder why the coaches and him got into it that game on the sideline.
Exactly.
They're tired of him doing him.
He's not performing to where he got picked at.
Mm-hmm. Top 5.
I don't care how many linemen cover him up, that you can't cover him up in coverage.
Yeah.
And he's still missing tackles when he not covered up in the line as a linebacker.
For no reason.
Because he grabby. All he do is grab. He don't hit. He don't lay no wood. All he does is try to grab you and try to tussle you down.
But the lineman got to keep him covered though. With that, man. Somebody want to hit that. You got to cover, man.
Yeah.
You just can't be a. So what is he? A 2-down linebacker now?
I'm wondering why they're not using Avery, or what's the African dude name?
Utukase.
Utukase. Why ain't they using them?
So
why don't they get in?
I want to get to Rashad White.
All right.
Rashad White right here. We don't know about Devin White. He's not good.
Rashad White should be starting this game.
Explosive.
He should be starting the game, and they should bring Lenny in second half to pound.
Oh yeah.
Rashad White should be starting.
That's what I'm saying. Look at Rashad had a perfect drive this drive. Cut back. He didn't tiptoe. He didn't do any of that.
Huh? He getting it.
Give this man the ball. Give the man the ball. Like, what's the
And,
point?
and they're giving him 4 or 5 touches a game.
Bring Lenny in when the defense is tired because no one wants to deal with Lenny when they're tired.
He missed 3 dudes almost.
Exactly.
Look at that. Look at that.
You start him, and you bring Lenny in second half to pound it.
So is it safe to say that Leonard Fournette is a second back now?
Yes, he's an overpaid back.
He should be.
It's the exact same. We're looking at the exact same situation. We're looking at the same situation that we're seeing in Dallas.
Yeah, you got a point there. Yeah.
Pollard is clearly the better running back, but since they paid Zeke, they got to play Zeke. And what do we do?
Yep.
The same stupid mistake.
Look at the jump cut. Look at the jump cut.
Look at that. He already knew.
That's good, man. I like that.
I was happy that he was leaving. When he went when he went up there to New England, I was like, yeah. And Tom gonna call him up talking about get your ass back here.
You know, this drive, you know what's so crazy about this drive? This was a Rachaad White drive, and it bogged down, by the way. This drive bogged down, by the way. They stopped giving him the ball.
Yeah. Did they put Lenny back in?
Because for some reason, we're a veteran first team. Whoever's making the most money gets that.
He's not hesitating.
Yeah, he sees the hole.
He sees the hole in the end.
Jump cuts. Lenny just runs straight ahead. Lenny can't do all that.
Lenny would have been tap dancing right there.
Lenny wouldn't have known what to do. Lenny probably would have won that whole
jump cut.
Lenny is starting to look like Doug Martin.
No, he ain't. He ain't even looking like Doug.
That was a good block by Mason. You see that?
I'm telling you, I told y'all 2 weeks ago who Lenny looked like. Lenny looks like
like words like that block.
No, who's the guy that was damn, his name slipped my mind. He's our running back a couple years ago.
Jacquizz Rodgers? Dario Ogunbowale? Peyton Barber?
Peyton Barber. That's who he's starting to look like.
Who told him to run this stupid play?
Hold on.
He's starting to look like.
Oh man, that's that tough one.
Oh boy.
End around to Julio Jones.
That's 3rd and 2, man.
Why would you run that twice?
His knee is done, bro.
Look at that. Look how he got up. He was like, all right, I'm done.
Bro, his knee's done.
I can't do it anymore.
3rd and 2, bro. All he had to do was
look at how he gets up. Look at him. He's like,
he's done, bro.
He's like, yeah. He's like, I can't do it.
This is what I was telling. I was like, give the ball to Rachaad White. Give the ball to Rachaad White.
They should have faked that end around and gave it to White.
Oh my gosh, bro. He's done. He's toasted. Julio Fulio, bro. Look at him. He's done. He's like, man, I'm out of here.
That stopped the drive, man.
Look at this. I didn't fool nobody. Look at this. They see it.
Look at it. Man.
You can't run a fake end around and then run a real end around.
Only thing he good. Just send Julio up the seam. Just send Julio straight. Run a 9 route up the seam, man.
Kept running to the edge, maybe.
With Julio's knee, why are you running an end around with him?
Yeah.
Bro, the way he got up was awkward too.
Yeah, the way he got up, he was like, I can't do this. I'm done. That's exactly the way he got up. He's like,
or maybe he got up like this was a stupid play to call in the first place.
Damn.
Probably that too.
He was thinking something.
But do you guys think that this was
okay? This was that like this is.
Wait a minute, run that back one more time.
We're gonna see it right here.
This is when Tom had a problem.
You got Kate on.
He predetermined. He's throwing, man.
So I'm saying
he don't look for him.
That was
he
way
don't
too
look
fast,
for him. That's always open.
He just wondering.
Is it more of Brady just he already predetermined when he's throwing the ball when they break the huddle more than ever now?
Yeah,
I like it.
Why didn't he put it in front of
Guess
Evans?
what this is right here? JPP.
Oh man.
Why didn't he throw it in front of Evans? Though?
And if matter of fact, if it was a correct throw, that would have been picked because Marcus Peters would have picked that.
Yeah. Why they telling him to? Why they telling Evans to sit in that route? That wasn't where he would. He would have got picked.
That was probably.
He should have been throwing at the. He should have been throwing at the K dot. He was wide open. He don't never look for K. K be open all the time right there.
He's staring Mike down the whole way.
You know what's so crazy? What I noticed about the Bucs when they run Godwin and Evans on the same side, they throw the ball to that side.
Damn.
That's predictability. That's called predictability.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we ain't got but 15 plays. We run the whole game.
Matter of
Whose
fact,
fault is that?
why is he shuffling? The pocket's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look at the majority of the plays, the pocket was fine. Leverett does a good job, and he should have that job until
he's injured.
No,
Yeah,
the pocket's fine. What is he shuffling for?
he's rushing it.
Yeah, he's literally fine. He's literally fine. There's two people getting blocked on. He's literally fine. He has all the time in the world.
Yeah, what's the problem with his feet?
Just go through your reads.
Yeah.
Just go through your reads.
K-Dot wide open, right across the middle.
Look, he's already looking over there too. It doesn't even matter. It's already done.
From the moment he gets the ball. From the moment he gets the ball.
Mike hasn't even cut to the outside yet. He's done.
And look at Marcus Peters. Marcus Peters like, don't throw this freaking out route. But Godwin kept going. So all Marcus Peters did was drop back here. That's all he did. Look at this. He see it.
JPP knew what was going on.
He got Evans inside. He got Godwin out here. This is perfect position. He read what the Bucs doing. And look at JPP. He's
looking straight at Brady's eyes. He's
in the throwing lane. In the throwing lane. JPP, great veteran play. Get in the throwing lane.
We'll
just go with one read, Tom. I guess.
One read, dirt ball time.
That would have been picked.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
K-Dot wide open. K-Dot and a soul by 5 yards away from every other player. Watch from this angle again. Wide open.
Look at that.
He already threw it. Damn.
The ball going through.
He didn't already do it. And he had time. That's what I'm saying. It's not that he don't have time. He's just rushing it.
He's rushing it, yeah.
Bruh. That's bad.
Yeah.
Third down, by the way.
Oh, man.
Get to another play. Look at this play right here. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Who got bodied in that block right there?
Devin White, Mr.
He got bodied on that block too.
The lineman got to keep him clean though.
Oh, Devin.
The lineman got to keep him clean.
What's Edwards? I guess Edwards was like cut. No, but Labonte.
Watch how you get mauled.
Oh, Devin.
He made Edwards trip.
But the lineman got to keep him clean though.
Yeah.
Right? Am I right, fellas? The lineman got to keep him
Devin
clean.
doesn't hold his ground. He just backs up like no matter what.
So wait a minute. The lineman got to keep this guy clean. The lineman got to keep this guy clean.
Yeah.
Man,
I'm not mistaken.
Devin's supposed to have free reign all over the field. The
lineman, Joe Tryon, supposed to keep Devin White clean.
Yeah. This Joe Tryon's fault.
It's the lineman got to keep him clean though.
Look who's
the lineman
blocking
got to
him.
keep him clean.
Look who's blocking him.
Nobody. Gus Edwards. The lineman got to keep him clean. So a lineman got to be in front of Devin White to get a tackle. So Tryon should be right here. Not over here.
Yeah.
Right here.
Tryon is still looking in the backfield.
Yeah, well, I don't know what Tryon was doing there. I can't lie though. Like
that's assignment football.
Yeah.
It's assignment football. That's the right read by Tryon. It's assignment football. You got to take the quarterback out.
I get you.
But
the
lineman, but a lineman supposed to be in front of Devin White so he can block Gus Edwards so Devin White can make the tackle.
You mean miss the tackle?
No. The lineman got to keep him clean though.
No. I get you. I'm saying Devin White gonna miss the tackle.
But no. The lineman should be blocking that running back.
Yeah, I get you.
Way out here.
That's crazy.
The lineman should be in front of the running back, way out here.
How about Devin White should have free reign to do whatever he wants.
Keep him clean so he can make a tackle. Bruh, that's an awful argument. Man. That's an awful hill to die on. That is an awful hill to die on.
Bucko, go back to the beginning of that play one time.
That's an awful hill to die on. Who's Trouble City? That's an awful hill.
Yeah, he left because you muted him. I think.
It's awful hill. Awful. A lineman got to keep him clean to make a tackle. Bruh.
Watch.
So let's take Vita Vea and move him right here.
Let's put Vita on the outside.
How about we do that? So he can make a tackle.
That's crazy.
Get out of here with that, man. It's awful hill to down. Awful.
Is that a running back blocking?
Running back. Yes.
Oh man.
But a defensive tackle need to be in front of Devin White to make a tackle like this. Way out here.
That's crazy.
Awful hill to die on. Anybody want to be on that hill? Anybody in the chat room? Anybody? Anybody want to be on that hill? Anybody willing to die with Devin White? Come on, bro. It just makes it look even worse. Tape don't lie. Oh my gosh, face plant.
Oh man.
That's why when you try to see, this is the problem when you defend a mediocre player. When you defend a mediocre player, you look even worse. You can't do that. When a player is mediocre, you can't put yourself out there like that. You got to see what everybody else seeing. Everybody see this, but a few people. A few people going to defend this play for Devin White, but majority ain't going to defend that. Anybody want to defend this? I'm just saying, be my guest. Don't let me intimidate you. But anybody want to defend this? Let me know. I need to hear your argument.
I really don't think there's anything you could say here.
No.
I'm just saying.
There's nothing you can say.
I mean, everybody is sitting right here looking at the same thing I'm looking at. The same exact thing, but a line.
Top 5 pick.
There.
Top 5 pick. Top 5 pick.
That's horrible.
That's one thing you would not be able to do with me.
How do you get bodied?
Yeah, he was supposed to right there. He was supposed to go to the sideline, so Levante got the cutback right there.
He was supposed to blow that
Keep
running
going to
back
the side,
up.
yeah.
I'm saying he's supposed
that running back up.
I'm saying
he-
though, Levante still got the cutback right there. Look at Levante. Levante got it right there. He's
And
supposed to keep going to
32
the sideline.
Exactly. That's why Devin was supposed to knock that running back on his butt.
Not even that. Just keep. Not even that. Just don't stop. Just don't stop in the middle of what you're doing. Just keep running to the sideline.
You're supposed to blow the outside shoulder up.
Yeah, right. Just keep going to the sideline because the longest plays in the NFL are up the sidelines. Everybody
But you know the reason why he didn't make that tackle? Because the lineman was not there to protect him.
Bucco was scratching that.
No, because that's ridiculous.
So he stopped. Oh man.
Certain situations, but not this situation. Heck no.
That's the reason why I said that. Every situation ain't gonna be a lineman in front of you.
Yeah, certain times you do got the D lineman do got to help the linebacker, but not that. You got to make a play, bro. Top 5 pick, you got to make a play.
Get out of here with that crap, man.
Damn.
Like, that's what irks my nerves when people do stuff like that. No, it ain't gonna work over here.
Yeah, that was horrible right there.
Piss poor.
Lineman got to be in front of him so he can make a tackle. Man, no. No. Take don't lie.
Piss poor.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Ain't no piss poor. That's horrible. Pathetic. Top 5 pick. And you playing like what?
That ain't even his worst. That wasn't even his worst play of the night.
No, it wasn't. Wait till you see him get pushed back by like 15 yards.
Not even that. The other play down the sideline on 3rd and 10 when it was a 10-3 game. Oh, that's I already played that. I think it was 10-10.
So we got 50 points. We got one coming up.
That Saturday ain't his worst play.
Oh, Isaiah Likely. We ain't gonna hear from him again. Okay. We likely will. Bruh. You know, this is why I watch college football. So every time I hear a comment that's saying, "Oh, we're not gonna hear from him ever again." Have you not watched Isaiah Likely at Coastal Carolina? The dude nasty. See, this is why I watch a lot of football.
And he went in the 4th round, didn't he?
Yeah, and it's a steal. The Ravens got a steal.
And when we picked up 5 tight ends.
Hands. He all hands too. And he got moves.
He like a little freak, man. Like a little
Damn.
Freak.
But we're not going to hear from him again.
Well, he had his best game.
Look, watch how he throw him off of you. Get off me. They can't tackle.
They like to engage in blocks.
Damn.
Get off me. You can't block. You can't tackle. You can't
like wrap
tackle.
him up. Wrap him up.
They don't.
Had him.
They just try to grab you. That's all they do is try to grab you.
Was Devin supposed to blitz there, or was he supposed to stay? Because it's just like he was just like. I mean, unless he's QB sneaking, but like just look, like over. Oh no, this is a new play.
Joe Tryon, he did some good plays here and there. He did some good plays. He was hustling. That's one thing about Joe Tryon. He was hustling.
Yeah.
He got a high motor.
He's developing. I'm gonna let him develop.
Yeah, I ain't gonna write him off right now.
Yeah.
But They used
There you
that
go. That's
against him.
hustle. Yeah.
He's showing more flashes than he did in the beginning of the season, which is good.
Yeah.
So,
Bruh.
Oh,
But the lineman have to protect him.
Devin didn't even have to engage in that block. I don't know why he don't back up and like go left. He just sits there and waits for the block to come to him.
Bro.
Look.
He hopping though. He
Yeah.
jumping.
he should have jumped that cut.
His first step should have been here.
Right, yeah, go over there. Like, why are you like what are you looking at?
What you waiting on? Why are you waiting on this lineman to disengage from the double team block?
For real.
That lineman is like, come here, Devin. Look at it. He's like,
well, we're gonna blame Golson though. We're gonna blame Golson though.
He went into the block too. That's the worst part. He literally he himself went into that block.
But we're gonna blame William Golson though.
When you double team, you just speed and get that though.
Golson did his
Watch
job.
Devin. Watch.
He should have been.
He's trying to overpower him. Look, he goes.
Man.
Look at him. He goes right into it.
But somebody got to be there to protect Devin White. You got to protect him.
He's like, all right, big boy, what you got? That's literally what he's saying.
Now, a job from a 5 technique is to take a zero technique or 5 technique to take a double team. Which that's what he's doing. To take 2 guys to block William Golson. Devin White should have been engaging and diving right over here. But
look,
no,
Devin,
he's peeking over here.
Devin sees that ball go.
He's peeking right here.
Right.
Football instincts, bro. That's what he's lacking. Bruh, what you waiting on?
God. That's crazy.
I'm gonna stand right here. Bruh.
Oh, Devin.
I see what the Rams are gonna do.
And the Rams are the 2nd worst rushing team in the NFL.
Sean McVay about to school us.
He gonna go straight to Devin once.
Bruh.
Oh my God, that tackle. Is that Zion? That missed that tackle?
Man, Zion McCullough, man, bruh.
He can't tackle.
Come on, Zion.
And he can't cover.
Come on, Zion. That's all you. Nelson too. Thank God Keanu Neal was there.
Jesus Christ, what is going on with this team, bro? This is ridiculous.
Miscommunication again.
No, it's just poor tackling. Not following the gap assignment. It's poor tackling. I'm telling you, I almost threw up watching the all 22 of this. It just gets worse and worse.
Oh, this is the Devin White play that Warren said. Look, why is Tryon and Logan Hall?
Oh yeah.
And, Anthony Nelson up there, and he's just jogging. He's just jogging.
He's just jogging.
He's bored. He got bored. Look at him. Oh, I'm just gonna.
He said they got it.
This is when he don't full speed. This is
Zion McCullough, bro. God dang, boy.
Contain the edge.
Yeah, Zion. Come on, Zion.
Look at them way over here.
He made Levante fall.
Hey, I can't lie. Levante played that wrong too.
No, he played it right.
No, I feel like he should have been more up to the left.
No, McClellan is supposed to use the sideline. He supposed to is outside containment.
Yep.
Longest plays happen down the sideline.
And that he wound up in Devin's area, and that's how they got tripped up. He's supposed to be on the outside.
I see.
Boy, Devin walking, boy, that's crazy.
Yeah, Devin walking. That's your captain walking.
That boy
He's
walking,
bored.
boy. That boy's walking.
He got bored. That's all it is.
Look
out, he's just sitting there.
He's a spectator.
That boy walking. Wow.
But remember, as long as as long as the lineman in front of him, he's fine.
Yeah, he got 3 linemen there. He's chilling.
Damn.
Hey, you better Dolphin running with that one.
I'm gonna run that. I'm gonna run it to the grave too. I'm gonna
take
run
that captain's patch.
Well, that big going 12 feet deep, boy.
I'm gonna run it to the grave, bro.
Like, come
That
on,
big one.
bro. Like, why do
You can't defend that. You can't defend that.
He over pursues on every other play, and this is the one play he didn't want to use his speed.
Well, how you gonna be getting everybody hyped before the games and you walking on the field?
Yeah, you like making speeches, and then they see you doing this on the field.
I don't want to see no more pregame speeches from Devin White, man. Never.
You see, he ain't been posting either. That's good.
He don't post anymore either.
The last thing I seen him post was when somebody called him overrated.
Yeah, Pewter Report. That's the tweet he retweeted.
Ever since he said that, we bored, man. They've been going downhill for him.
Maybe he doing some soul searching.
Literally ever since that Falcons game, bro, it's been going downhill
Oh
for
my
him.
god.
Oh, Edwards. And
That was
Dean,
too
too.
easy.
Oh man.
You never turn your back when you're in the end zone, boy.
That's it. I'm telling you.
You don't never turn your back when you're in the end
First
zone.
hurt.
Use the back of the end zone for
Oh,
your
Edwards,
advantage.
come on, bro. Turn around. Just turn
What was
around.
Jamel looking at?
Yeah, what was he?
I don't know what he was.
Rewind it a little bit now.
I don't know if he like had like a little. They had
Oh, you
like a
can't see
little
from that
shove
angle. Okay.
match.
He
and then he
saw
just got
that
split.
what
Take
he
another
saw
angle.
was
Let's see
Edwards
what he was
wasn't
doing.
paying attention.
But remember, we was not supposed to hear from Isaiah Likely again.
He's running.
Damn.
He's running the wide receiver into Edwards' zone. He kept running because he saw Edwards wasn't paying attention.
That was his career game right there.
Jamel Dean is fine. It's just
He's
Likely
fine.
came over here, and basically the play was a broken play, so he basically came back. Okay, I see what he did.
I was wondering that.
I think Dean's in his he's in his
fine.
zone.
Dean is fine.
Yeah, Dean's
Edwards supposed to be like back here somewhere.
Yeah, he's gonna turn fully around in the back of the end zone. That's crazy.
Throw to 10. There's two
Edwards
guys
supposed to be like
there.
right here.
He's looking at the crossing route.
Yeah, he's looking at this right here. But even then,
like who was supposed to cover that?
McCullough did the right thing though. McCullough see it because he sees 10 breaking.
Yeah, no miscommunication. They weren't on the same page.
Because then you got 3 Bucs players in one area.
Yeah, McCullum did what he's supposed to do though.
McCollum and Dean are in the
I'm talking about the 3 in the middle.
Right here.
Yeah.
3. I see 4.
Yeah, it is. Actually, you want to put 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
They don't even know what to do.
That's Edwards. He's not deep enough.
He already beat with his back to the back towards the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he's not. He's supposed to be back. He's not. He's way up. He way up by the linebackers.
Why is he way up here though?
He already beat with his back to the line of scrimmage.
Exactly.
And put McCullough in a bad situation too.
He put both. He put him and Dean.
Any casual look at that and blame McCollum.
Yeah, that's now he realized where he's supposed to be at. It's too late. It's touchdown.
Did he cover 2 safety?
That's Edwards' fault.
Let me go back. I want to see. What did he start out at the beginning?
Look,
go back.
Oh no, go back.
Hold on, we about to get there. Okay, so he
in a slot.
He's at the top. That's where he's supposed to.
Oh no, I'm tripping. I'm tripping.
No,
it's
look
a
at
high safety. It's a single high safety.
Just stay there.
He comes in.
That crossing route made him come up. That crossing route made him come up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's 3 guys in the crossover route. Like,
but look what the Ravens did though. The Ravens act like they was running an RPO with Lamar Jackson with Picard coming down crashing in that wham block on Anthony Nelson. It looked like an RPO. It looks like an RPO. See that?
Play design.
Great play design.
Harbaugh did that.
Well, we can't play design worth nothing.
And see that holds Anthony Nelson because he gotta respect that.
That's what you call a scheme and something open.
But what is Edwards doing? Look at him.
Edwards lost.
But shouldn't he be back here on the E?
Yeah, Edwards looks lost. He looks very lost.
He's lost. He's supposed to be back there where that E is.
You don't know
right there.
You don't know what's going on.
He should be right there. Yeah.
And watch Jamel point like, what are you doing? He coming. Watch, he gonna point. That's the reason why you saw him come in at the last minute because he's trying to cover where Edwards is supposed to be.
Right.
What are you doing?
And Zion didn't know what to do.
Look,
Zion
you got 4 players right there.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then, like you say, he put Zion in that tough situation because Zion's like, do I go to the tight end? Do I
He
go?
put both of the corners in a bad situation because he's not in his place. He should be back there where
And
he
if
is.
Jamel Dean goes up, someone's gonna come where Jamel Dean's supposed to be. He's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
There's no reason to have 4 players right there.
Yeah, he started pointing. You can see it. Jamel Dean started
Yeah,
pointing.
he's pointing like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be here.
And this is week 7.
No, it was week 8 right there.
Week 8.
Then we in week 8.
We're going to week 9. Rams is week 9.
Oh,
We got 9 games left.
still don't know what week 9.
Mhm.
So this is what I'm talking about. Second half in-game adjustments, and we breaking down.
Oh my Jesus Louise!
That's stupidity at its best.
Like, it's almost like the Ravens weren't running their real game plan in the first half on us.
They was not. They were not running a real
That's a
game
fact.
plan.
And we still got a field goal stop before the half.
See, folks, as you can see,
That was the worst film of the year.
I literally went through, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 plays.
Dang. How many successes?
I wanted you to go through the plays where you can see the big runs, like that 40-yard run.
No, I could have did that, but I wanted to put out those 14 plays though. I wanted to show those plays because those plays are microcosms. Even though the big runs, those plays are microcosms of the Bucs season. We are exactly what our record is, 3-5. There is no ifs, ands, or buts around it. We are exactly what the record says. A below average team.
You would never
right now.
You would never think that just a year ago this team was in the playoffs.
It's crazy, right? It is insane. 30
That's
points
what
a
I kept
game
saying.
to 18. 30 points a game to 18 points a game.
That's why I kept saying. What gives anybody any indication that this team is going to try to make a push?
On top of that, the run defense went from top 5 to number 21. And the pass defense went from 20-something to top 10.
Yep.
Now think about that for a second. We regressed the opposite, like the opposite of the spectrum, right? Last year you could have run on the Bucs.
This year you can't pass on them.
No, you can't pass on them this year, but you can run on them. It's like,
I still think that I told you I think that was smoke and mirrors. The teams didn't have to run on us because we couldn't cover.
True.
Now this year they don't have to pass on us because we can't tackle.
It's like pick your poison. The Ravens literally ran through the ball 30 times.
And he was 8 for 8 in the second half.
Unbelievable.
8 for 8 in the second half. He only threw 8 passes, and we had
he only
201
threw 8. He only threw 8 passes the whole second half,
and he completed all of them.
Said, "Let's go to Plan B."
8 for 8.
Now I feel like that was down to Plan C or D.
Right, that pretty much.
And they threw the 30 times in a half.
Meanwhile, we just screening the heck to the same player.
And Lamar Stant ended up with almost like 30 completions.
He had 27 for 38.
And had like 235 passing.
Yep.
See?
Efficient.
And what they did in the first half didn't work, but it worked in the second half on top of the run game.
Here's like one. Oh, go ahead.
This
didn't
was
even try. Go ahead.
That can't even. This was a team that can't even close out close games. For the past few weeks, the Ravens haven't been able to close out any type of game.
They have led by 10. They led by 10 every game this year.
And then this
whole year and blew all of them.
And then I want to take it to also the coaching too, and this is where my problem comes in with Todd Bowles and his politically correct answers and air quotes, because you sit here and you grill Devin White, you see it on national TV on the sidelines, and then you come out into your press conference and say, "Oh well, Devin White did what we asked him to do. We liked what he was doing, yada yada yada." But you didn't like it on the sidelines, so why do you like it now?
What the freak? So he just be lying.
That's what I'm saying. He gives the politically correct answer.
I told you.
I can't.
In the media, no one asked him about that. No one asked him about the sideline. Everyone saw it on TV. He was getting grilled.
He's a big fibber. He's a big fibber.
Big fibber.
You know what? I didn't like watching the press conferences, but now I'm gonna watch them just so when I make my videos, I can just point out all the lies.
Yeah, and you can see what the
media. I go back to say it in the preseason in training camp, they was acting weird already. They was acting weird with everything. They was acting weird about everything.
We want to stay in house on our offensive line situation. What?
Backfired.
Right, but I gotta agree with you, bro. This is just a continuation of last season. What we're seeing now is just a continuation of last season. Nothing has changed. The 3rd and longs, the check downs, all of that stuff that we seen last year is just in full form right now.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's just to be honest with you, I love the Bucs, but I don't even see us winning another game, bro. Being real. We might win a game or two.
So we're gonna go all the way to Germany and get our ass whooped.
Right, the team. Look,
I trust Pete Carroll more than I trust Todd Bowles.
Hey, I'm sorry.
We don't play well overseas anyway.
Ain't that what I've been saying? I said I've been asking this question for a couple weeks now. What are they doing that gives you any indication that they're going to start winning?
Right, exactly.
Well, I mean,
what we see on the field, that's not going to win. That's not going to win games. We lost.
That's not winning football, fellas and ladies.
We lost to
not
all these
playing football.
scrubby ass teams.
I mean, well, let
What
me ask
makes
y'all
you
this.
think? Yeah.
So y'all said earlier y'all was fine with the old line and everything. With them having to face Aaron Donald, is this gonna be a nightmare Sunday,
It's gonna be
or
a
will they actually
nightmare.
hold up?
Hell
I
yeah.
think
Oh, yeah, it's
it's
gonna be a
exactly
nightmare.
what y'all think it's gonna be.
Because Allie
I think Larry got a little dog in him. He got a little
Did
beef
y'all
streak.
did y'all see
I
Aaron
think
Donald
it's
Sunday?
gonna
But
be.
he's not Allie,
You know what
though.
though?
He's not
Here's
Allie
the thing.
Marpet, though. He's not
It's
Allie
gonna
Marpet.
Here's the thing. It's just like boxing. You got to play until you get punched in the face, and this is exactly what happened to the Ravens game. The Bucs had a plan until they got punched in the face,
Right.
and it went downhill from
Exactly.
there.
Exactly, Bucko.
We stayed on the floor. We stayed knocked out.
Exactly.
It's
And
going to
now
come down. It's going to come down to Tom trusting that O line and holding the ball for a minute
And
and
Leonard,
waiting
and,
for
and
stuff
Leonard
to
Floyd,
open up.
Leonard Floyd starting to
one
cook.
question.
You know, Donovan
Let me
Smith got
just
a problem with Leonard Floyd.
Let me just ask Let me ask you one question. Did everybody see Aaron Donald and William Floyd this Sunday?
Yes.
Or what
I
did we
did.
do before? Okay. Now with those two pass rushers against our O line, because you already know Aaron Donald's not coming from the inside. He's
They're
coming
gonna move
over
him all the way
Donovan
around the
Smith,
line.
or he's coming over that left guard. You already know this. Y'all think that left side's gonna be able to stop Aaron Donald?
No.
I think he'd be better than Luke Gedeke.
Okay. Now, do you think Todd Bowles is gonna outcoach Sean McVay?
And look, fellas, we gonna get into that video in it. That video. That's
I
different.
was about to say,
Okay, I was supposed to bring that up.
And by that way, that other press conference I was talking about, you remember when Todd Bowles said we're gonna make some like little tweaks here? What were the tweaks? Did you see any tweaks? I didn't see
No,
any tweaks.
he said coaching changes was on the table.
Yeah, he said he said
Yeah,
everything was
everything
on
he
the
said.
table.
Yeah.
He said we were gonna
What's on the
make
table?
tweaks
Well,
and
I want to know
everything.
what's on
What
the
changed?
table.
What changed? We added practice squad
We
people.
said
What
that
changed?
last week. We ain't got a chance to see it. We'll get a chance to see it this week. He just
Okay.
said that this
So
past
here's
week.
a telltale sign, fellas and ladies. Said, okay, this game was awful, right?
Awful.
Yeah.
So we made no trades.
Fact.
We didn't give up a player. We didn't take a player.
Fact.
But now we're supposed to get some coaching changes or some adjustments.
Right.
Y'all really think that's gonna happen?
No,
I
Right.
think that on the offensive side,
no way.
I
I
know
would-
he won't make no trade.
I wouldn't be surprised if he just gave it to like Tom Moore or somebody. But even,
That's what I'm saying.
but
That's what
even
needs to
then, like,
happen.
yeah.
Somebody
Somebody
else should be having some input on the offensive plays calling because he's not. Byron can't do it alone.
He in over his head, man. Everybody know it.
They can have all the input they want, but it still boils down. What is Brady like? That you still got to factor that in. Is he? I mean, we can't get
Brady
creative
likes all
because he
these
can't
players.
run nothing different.
But the problem is, you are on. You here's I said this for the last couple of weeks about our offense. We can't run a lot of these styles that other teams are running. Y'all realize that?
We can't even run a simple counter play.
We're limited on
How all of a
quarterback.
sudden we're just gonna all of a sudden become this crazy
well, let
offensive
me-
team that's
Well,
like
can I
now
ask
remember
this
now
question,
we can
man?
throw the ball. We can throw the ball. Don't get me wrong. We're
In the
top
middle of
10
the
throwing the
field.
ball. Throwing the ball between the 20s. From the 20-yard line to the opponent's 20-yard line. We can move the ball. But the problem is red zone.
Well, Bucko, let me ask you this then. So why is it that our offense looks completely different from when we go up tempo and no huddle to when we're huddling up? Why does it look so different, and why is the drop off so severe?
Well, for one, with up tempo is you when you get a positive play up tempo and you got a series of plays. That's the thing about tempo football. You have a series of plays and you predetermine this. Like if this play works, we're gonna turn it up a notch. The problem with that is you can't run that consistently because you will tire your guys out, literally.
Right.
So you have to pick your moments. Usually you want to do it in the 2-minute drill. You know, if this play gets like 10 to 15 yards, then we pick up the pace. You know,
Okay.
and the thing about up tempo offense, you can't have a negative play.
Okay, now let me follow up with this question, y'all. Just give me 1 second. Now on the all 22, when you showed that the jet sweep, and when you showed the little whatever that screen pass was to Rashad White, why isn't Brady reading the defense at the line and calling the audible like the past 2 years?
I think because of the switch to Hainsey, like when Jensen was in, both him and Tom could communicate, and Benson has that longevity of being in the NFL for so long, so it could be he's just not that experienced with calling and checking at the line and communicating with Tom Brady. So Brady's probably just doing it all by himself at this.
Bucket with your
I
girl.
could
I feel what you're
wrong.
saying, but this is supposed to be the GOAT. He's supposed to be the greatest of all time, and you mean to tell me at this point in the season he can't get Haynes on the right page as far as getting the
That's
offensive
what
line,
I'm saying,
That's
man.
where those day off.
some of them right
That's where those
almost
days off
there.
come in. That's where those
That's
days
what
off come in.
that's what I'm
Right.
saying. His head is not in the game.
Right.
At 20 years in, you should be able to read defenses and look at your play and be like, no, this isn't going to work. Let me audible into something else. So whoever said he doesn't have leadway to do that, I don't get why would you think that? This man been in the league 20 years.
Well, he's gonna be doing a lot of audible because every play is that we call is boo boo. So he's gonna be doing a heck of a lot of audible.
I think
I would rather have that.
I think he has the ability to call another play at the line.
He just don't.
Don't do it.
You just don't do it.
Well, he just believe he can make every throw.
Man, pay money to come to the line and look at that defense and change everything up that they had called.
I feel like now more than ever, it's like the mentality with like this coaching staff and everything is like our play is better than your play. Our personnel is better than your personnel, and we're just gonna attack it like that with no adjustments, no changes.
That's the problem with the Bucs. They think that their game plan is just better than yours. Period.
Bar goes like that in the room. Hey guys, we're gonna run this play, and if you guys just believe and trust in your hearts, I promise it's gonna work. No, but it's gonna work. Trust me. That's it.
That's the source.
You can't force your will when it's not working.
Right.
But when we impose our will, we get bored. Remember? When we impose our will, we get bored.
Man.
I honestly, bro, I
have
just
a
think
game plan. They don't have a B and C game plan. They don't have a B and C.
Well,
that's one.
You can
got that Rudipool elementary plan.
You can.
And I think ultimately, and I've been saying this all year. I think it's our players have gotten lazy and they have gotten entitled, and it's something about what's going on in that locker room. And maybe it's nothing going on in that locker room, but the one thing we see on that field, and especially from the players that we paid, we can't deny that the players that we paid the back, none of them are performing up.
Well, according to Bulls, it's a Super Bowl hangover. According to Bulls,
I think you
that's even worse. That's even worse.
I have to slightly disagree with you that nothing's going on, because even in the Ravens game, when the game was starting, they said, Levante said, we got to work on the small things like players showing up on time.
Oh.
Players are showing up.
Right.
Yeah, small things like simply wrapping up and tackling.
I think along with that, there's something going on in the locker room. I think Brady's days getting taken off because, like, you know, the special treatment, even though Todd Bowles said there is no treatment, I think that plays a fact too.
Well, what do you mean when you say that? Brady has always had a day off, even on the BA.
No, I mean the 14 days, like in training camp, they're going to the wedding, not flying with the team doing walkthroughs.
I mean, that's where I think the problem is at. He went above coaches, went to ownership and got that permission. Like, you can't tell me he didn't ask the coaches. Like, he went to ownership.
That's what I'm saying. That goes back to Bowles, because Bowles says there's no special treatment going on, but I feel like the players feel deep down that there is special treatment.
Fellas, that I can understand that being a point if it was week 2, 3, or 4. We halfway through the season now. That can't be an excuse anymore.
Right.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm saying I think stuff started to turn when he left Friday and didn't fly with the team. That really, I think that struck a nerve.
Yeah, that wedding wasn't too long ago.
I agree with that.
I think everybody was a little pissed about that too. I think so.
I think that's still boiling over though. I would hope they just get over and move forward.
And because like what Big Bucks is saying, I think they're getting I think they're bottling it up. And it's just like, I feel like the wedding, I think it's starting to like heat up.
I think a lot of people looking at this team like we are, like, hey man, you doing all this yelling and screaming and stuff, and you taking days off, and you throwing dirt balls out there. You missing wide receivers. They see what we see in the tape in the tape room. They see it.
You can see Godwin's
That's what I
body
was just
language
about
every
to
time
say,
Brady
Kev.
throws those balls.
But then you gotta go back to
still.
would BA have said, you know what, Tom? Yeah, you can go to the wedding. Go ahead before a game.
But let me ask y'all this though, from a defensive standpoint, how Bucko said that we regressed on different ends of the spectrum. What is it that just caused it? I mean, was Sue a major part of the line in
I think so.
JPP? I mean,
More
is that
pressure.
really sticking
I
out?
think so.
The only
I don't
thing
think
Sue
so.
brought was the meanness and nastiness.
Yeah, he had the
Man,
mentality.
somebody mentioned those 6 sacks. They mentioned those 6 sacks that he had. Yes, that was probably the best. Those are the most sacks he had in some years. But if you go back and look at when he got those sacks, there were a lot of, like 4 of those was like in times where it didn't really even mean nothing.
He got 3 of them against the Falcons. He got 3 in one game.
It didn't really mean nothing. It wasn't like they were like pivotal game-changing sacks.
But they're still having that nasty.
Right,
I
but
think it's
let's
nasty.
Never missed a game though.
Let's also not forget the major factor on that Super Bowl year is a lot of those guys was playing for the contract.
What?
Shaq Barrett playing for the contract. Vita Vea playing for the contract. Levante David playing for the contract. We can keep going down the list. A lot of those dudes are playing for the contract on defense.
So you
Now they got all of a sudden y'all niggas can't step
overlook
up
the
and make
playoff
plays.
run with a backup offensive line.
Once they get paid, they take it down a
Yeah.
notch.
But I could also see too with the turmoil with the defense too, because it's like the defense has stopped most of the teams from scoring like 20 points like near that area, and when the offense can't score like at all
Exactly.
these last weeks,
That's
the
where the
defense is
rift is
going to get
coming in
pissed.
at.
The
Quick
defense is
3
going
and
to
out.
be
Yeah, quick 3 and out.
they're going to
That's
be
where the
mad.
rift is coming in at. The defense is actually playing good enough to win a game. If you could
Right.
put up 28, 20, 30 points a game, we would be fine. The defense
Yeah.
would be fine. We wouldn't even be having this conversation. But they're getting worn out and they're getting
Yeah.
mentally drained from this offense stalling all the time.
Right.
Yeah, but
Quick 3 and out, and they back on the
keep it
field.
real though. Let's keep it real though. Yes, they get worn out and in the games, but in the beginning of these games, these running attacks, I don't care who the running back is, they're gashing them. They're gashing them up the middle, off the tackle, sweep, screen. It don't matter what they run. I mean, this is
But
early
they're
in
not
games.
giving up it. They're not
No, I
giving up
get you, but they're not giving up points though like that.
Yeah, they're
Like
not
that
giving
could
up
all
points
happen.
in
They
the,
could get as many yards as they want. If they don't get points, then like,
that's
that's
bend,
fine.
that's called bend don't break.
Yeah, Ben don't
Right,
break.
but how long? You got a 17 game season, right? How long are you going to bend before you break?
You're gonna
You
break
feel
every
me?
game once your offense is
Yeah, if
putting
your
up 5,
offense don't
10
score any points,
points.
you're just gonna keep
They,
breaking.
yeah, they're getting
That's
too
the
many
problem.
3 and outs.
You got teams coming
The
in here
defense
rotating 2 and 3 running backs.
they held Baltimore to 3 points at the half.
Yeah.
If we would have been up 17-3 or 20-3, then we would be having this conversation.
But look though, we can always play the shoulda, coulda, woulda because I could say, well, what if the Ravens came out in the first half like they did in the second half? We probably wouldn't even have had a chance in the game,
But
right?
Well,
yeah,
let's
They
call
didn't.
it like
That's
it
the
is.
fact. We seeing it every game. The first half, we're not giving up very many points. We're not
What
giving. Only team that came out and blew us out was Kansas City. Nobody else put up no points on us first half.
That's why I said second half
Nobody did.
sucks.
So why
But also,
Bucko, I remember when we was watching this game. The first thing I kept saying is, we get the ball back. We can't come out and get a 3 and out. We got to get points as soon as we come out.
First drive, yep.
50 seconds. 50 seconds off the clock. We punted.
That was rough.
50 seconds off the clock, we were punting the ball back to them.
It was literally it was literally 14:06 on the clock. Still damn near 14:06.
Byron's still with that stupid
Oh
looking
man.
face.
See, that's a rough 3 and out to start the second half.
But why is it that early in games these teams can rotate 2 and 3 different running backs in no matter who they are and they all get off on us?
It's the run game.
I completely get what you're saying, but if they're not putting up points, which they like really aren't,
They don't,
but they can still get worn down after a while. You can still get worn out.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
They get worn out.
Worn out. The offense is barely on the field.
No, I'm saying the defense. I'm saying even though defense not giving up
I
points.
know.
After a while.
I'm saying that the offense ain't getting worn out because they're not on the field.
Yeah, we was on the field 21 minutes.
They gotta do something, man.
Exactly.
They have to do something more. You can't be having 10 points. This ain't the O2 Bucks, man.
Hold on.
When we do get down to
Oh
the
no,
red
no, no.
zone,
I'm
Hold on, son. Hold on.
definitely
Hold on. Go ahead, Bucky, girl.
I was saying, even when we do move the ball and we do go in the red zone, Donovan Smith always got to get a dump behind penalty. Some players don't know where they're going. We could be like on the 10-yard line. Pass. Okay, let's get a field goal.
Okay, sweetie. We were on the goal line, and they ran a draw play out of shotgun.
Oh yeah, I remember
tell
that.
me
How stupid is that?
Super Bowl champion, Tristan Wirfs,
And he
Super
came
Bowl
off
champion,
blocked too. Like nobody blocked him off
Super
the
Bowl
play.
champion, Leonard Fournette. They can't get 1 yard.
I think he's delayed. I think.
No.
You think it's delayed?
Yeah, I think he is.
Huh?
Is he watching us through the YouTube video instead of
Yeah, that's what I think.
StreamYard?
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, King Cook, are you watching YouTube and StreamYard at the same time? Because like you delayed a little bit. Because when we start talking and you be talking and like we think you've done, is like there's a little disconnect.
All right,
there.
hold on, right quick.
All right, go ahead, y'all.
How about now?
I mean, are you watching StreamYard or are you watching YouTube?
Yeah, I'm watching StreamYard.
Okay, so you're on the same page with us then.
Yeah, you with us now? Like you can hear?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, you sound a lot better now.
Yeah.
Okay. I took you off my my earbud.
Yeah, that'll do it too. Yeah.
Yeah, so go ahead.
Shit, I forgot what I was about to say.
It's just rough.
We're talking about the Bucs and the lack of camaraderie and adjustments and
Yeah, no, I get like the whole like thing of like like they can like put yards like on our defense and stuff, like tire us down, but if they're not getting points and the offense isn't scoring to help the defense, then like the defense is going to break every time.
So in other words, we just lacking on complementary football, basically.
Exactly. We can't play one phase and then like not play the other two. It's just,
It's got to be back and forth.
And what's sad is, come second half, it's like both sides break down.
All
three phases go to hell. Second half.
The offense can't start and they still break down. That's they don't even get started and they break down. That's the problem.
But my thing has to be that. How is that coaching? How do you coach effort? Like we got Super Bowl winners on this team, and we can all sit here on the phone and point to any one of these games that we have lost. When we've seen our team quit, we've seen our team break down, we've seen our team get emotional. All of these things,
mentally weak.
So you said effort.
Mentally weak, bro. Like I understand the coaching is a part of it. I get it, but it's no coincidence that all of the main players that we have paid are now no-shows. Now I know you can probably point to a certain play in the game and this and that, but we can all sit here on the phone and know that these guys aren't giving us what we got on that Super Bowl.
I guess Vita's not giving his 100%. Carlton, you can make a case, is also not giving his 100%.
How long is this Carlton going to be out?
I think he might come back this week.
So-
I think he might come back this week.
So
But,
that goes back to the original thing y'all was just saying. Y'all was saying about like y'all feel like in the locker room, as far as like people feeling some type of way about Brady getting 11 days off, flying up there. So that's affecting their effort, and they're not going out there and doing their job, what they get paid to do, because of something that they feel like Brady getting special treatment.
Because I feel like
so everybody just quitting. Everybody just quitting.
No, I think that's part of it. I'm not saying that's like the full like issue.
That's mentally weak as it get. You worrying about what the next man doing your job.
No, bro, what it is, bro, is it'd be different if he was taking those days off and coming back lighting it up.
So what players are getting mad? Are we talking about unproven players that are not going to do their jobs because of somebody who's been in this league for 20 years and you're not worried about?
Okay, you've been in the league 20 years, but now you're looking like it.
No, that's not my point. My point is that what type of players are looking at him side-eye? Like unproven players, every player?
I think a little bit of everybody. I think a little bit of everybody, because it's like, okay, we out here getting our heads kicked in. We're trying to put the effort in. You taking days off, and it'd be different if you came back and you were playing lights out or playing strong.
If that's affecting us 9 weeks of the season, bro, we got mentally, we got a week behind team, bro.
That would be with anybody.
Well,
Anybody
it shows we have a weak team anyway,
But I'm
because
saying,
you saw the Panthers game. Our
Did
mentality.
y'all know this? I hate to throw this off a little second, but I want to throw this in this little remember one of my hashtags is hashtag trenches matter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So right now,
100%.
currently the Bucs have the 9th pick in the draft next year. And the biggest needs is quarterback, DB, and D-line.
Get that dude out of Ohio State.
Interior defensive line. This is off NFL.com. Interior defensive line figures to be among the many areas of needs requiring the Bucs' attention in 2023. William Golson, Hakeem Hicks, and Nacho are all among the players due to hit free agency.
Yeah, you got to let William go. He done.
Trenches matter.
Trenches matter. Well, think about this though. You had 2 second-round draft picks and didn't address it. Well, you made the wrong pick. You had a chance to get 2 D linemen.
Man,
Then go back to 2021. I said get Barrymore in the first round instead of Joe Tryon.
And there was a lot of D-line in this last draft, man. A lot of boys out of Georgia. Oh my God, they hold defense.
Trenches matter.
Trenches matter.
Who was that one guy we could have got? What was his
We could have got Wyatt. We could have got Travis Jones. Well, no, is it Travis Jones? We could have got Winfrey. We could have got Winfrey.
Don't forget a bunch of boy who went to Philly, who's beasting right now from Georgia.
Oh no, he was gone. He been gone. He was going in the top. Jordan Davis.
But we see this in the games, the Chiefs game. We've seen it in the Falcons game. We've seen it in the Panthers game. And we definitely seen it in the Ravens game. We need D linemen.
Yeah, and you can see it. No one's scared of our front. No one's scared of our front.
Nobody. Other teams, man, they
light
rush
work.
forward.
Most offensive linemen, Nacho and William Golson, that's light work.
Come on,
we still got to play the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Still got to play the Browns.
Got to play the Rams.
And you seen the Browns D-line? You seen the Browns D-line last night? Oh my God!
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I'm just talking about the run offense that they have. These teams.
I thought you talking
about Nick Chubb and Kareem about to have a field.
We might not win another game.
Stop the run, and the Bucs can't do that because they don't have enough in the trenches defensively.
Nobody can hold it down.
So one player. So it's really what
49ers front the other night.
Oh man,
definitely beat
them. They was just
Them so we don't have that.
And the scary thing is the 49ers are starting to get healthy. Everybody ain't even back yet. That's the scary part.
For real. And
y'all notice Christian McCaffrey ain't been on the injury report since he went there.
Exactly.
He was preserving himself.
Now he's back looking like a fantasy warrior. Man.
He got 3 touchdowns, 1 receiving, 1
overall. In overall, as I wrap this up, in overall aspect of the Bucs moving forward, based on this game, are there things that are correctable? Yes, but the problem is, can the coaches get this corrected? It's not about the players now. Now it's about this. See, at the beginning, it was like, what's the players doing? What's the players doing? And at some point, we got to look past the players.
Right.
We got to look past them now. Now we got to look at the coaching now. You know what I'm saying? We can't just keep looking at the players and just singling them out by themselves. Now we got to add the coaching on top of that because you know at the beginning of the season you can get away with the players trying to get a feel for themselves. You know they're trying to get the rhythm and it take a couple games, take a couple weeks. Now we're at week 9, so now you can't even just use just the players now. So anytime you talk about a player, you got to add the coaching aspect to it.
Well, we got no discipline with coaching. Todd Bowles is still laid back. He's not going to
remember the reflection of the team is how the coach carries himself.
Right.
Yeah.
Our team's laid back because our coach is laid back.
There you go.
Yeah, you can't see a player doing something and then go say that they're not doing this and take up for them. You got to call them out, hold them accountable, man. That's step number 1, man. Everybody can respect that. You can't just be brushing under the rug.
Yeah, you can't call him out on the sideline and then go to the media and say he played fine.
I mean, is that a strategy to just try to keep everything in house? You don't want nothing to get out, or
that's what I think it is. Because people trust me. Somebody getting called out. Believe that. It's just they're not going to leak it out, and they're not going to call you out like BA would into the public. But when they get them film studies and in that locker room, it's a lot of people getting called out.
Bro, we got a former number 1 draft pick released after a game for trotting.
Bro, all I'm saying is,
you want to see Ray Lewis doing that?
Huh?
I want to give everybody a segment here to close out based on what we talked about, whether it's organizational standpoint. And I'll tell you who we're starting with. But from an organizational standpoint and from what you saw on the film and also what's your thoughts after the aftermath of the Ravens game? So we're gonna start with King Cook.
I mean, organization-wise, I mean, I was kind of a little bit disappointed that we didn't try to make no kind of trades or nothing, fam. Like I don't know, whatever it is, what it is. Hopefully they're not trying to tank on us. Hopefully we can try to make a playoff run, but if we just continue to see what we're seeing on the field, I mean, y'all, we've been watching the Bucs long enough. We already know we're not gonna be able to win anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So until we see that switch, I don't know, man. It's just to be determined. You know, I'm not gonna get too high and get too low. It is what it is for me.
Okay. What's your aftermath of the Ravens game?
Aftermath as far as like Tampa Bay as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, like coming out of that game, without going too far into the Rams game, but what do you expect to see, moving forward?
A different attitude. Like, show us y'all want to win. You know what I'm saying? Show us y'all gonna play hard. Like, don't stop with this. We always got to play from the front. I get it. You know what I'm saying? You want the lead in the game, but once you lose that lead, let us see what we seen year one of this process. When we was doing everything to try to come back, even though we might have lost the game. Even last year, same thing. When it got late in games and we had to come back, we seen it on the field. Like, what do you say? Hashtag, what do your eyes tell you? You say this every week, right? So our eyes is telling us on Sundays this season that these guys aren't giving us everything. And why that is, we don't know. Maybe it'll come out after the fact. Who knows? But until that mentality changes where these guys want to go out there and dominate and really want to win, I don't think anything's going to change.
Okay. I appreciate you coming on, King Cook. I know you're one of the regulars. You've been here for a while, so I'm glad you came in finally. I know you in the chat room all the time, but it's good that you come here, man. You know what I'm saying, and give your thoughts on the Bucs, man.
All day, man. Y'all enjoy your night, man, and I'll catch you in the next live.
All right, shout out, man. Shout out to you,
bro.
All right, Jason, you up? Jason drop out? Oh.
Yeah, he just left.
Okay. All right. So Josh, what's up?
I feel like, man, we just got to change our whole mindset as a whole, from players, coaching, everything, man. You know what I'm saying? And if it is anything on the outside, on the surface that like we don't see that's going on, I think they got to just all put it to the side and come together, because we at a part where we can hit bikini bottom. Forget rock bottom. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to be there for each other. You know what I'm saying? Like how we were just saying earlier about how certain players might feel like that. I feel like it should be deeper than that right now. You put all that to the side and show, like you say, show us. Like, we shouldn't want y'all to win more than y'all want to win. We fans. We shouldn't want it more than y'all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I want to see some. I know we can't do too much different stuff on offense, but I want to see some type of continuity with the play call. I don't want to have one drive or a couple plays where we do something and then we can't do nothing for like a whole quarter. You know what I'm saying? I want to see some type of game flow within the offense. You know, like it's just we have no continuity with the offense, so I don't know how much that can change or what we can do different. But I just want to see like more running back by committee instead of letting one running back one quarter and the other running back run another quarter. I want to see them, go back and forth, just keep changing the pace and the play style of their skill set. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much that's about it, man. I just want to see them boys go out there with some heart, man. You feel me? Instead of just being all hoorah and yelling on the sideline or at pregame, man. You got to do it in between them lines, man. You got to prove it. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Other than that, man, that's about it, man.
Yeah, make sure you protect Devin White too.
Oh my gosh. Come on, man. Why you do it? Why you do me like that?
Just get in front of him, man. So he can
But yeah, appreciate you letting me come on, man, and chop it up, man. Everybody be easy and have a good night, man.
You too, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
You already know it.
Yeah.
All right, so who we got next? We're gonna do Sal. What's up?
Yo. Shit, I don't know, man. Y'all guess is just as good as mine, man. We can sit here and speculate, but hey, they are what they are until they're not. That's all I can say. Right. We halfway through the season. I'm not seeing any fight. I'm not seeing smart football. I just want to see some sound football. Play fundamental football. All this missing your gaps and overplaying and just wrap up when you tackle. If I don't, if they come out against the Rams and they doing that again, hey, all bets is off, man. I'll be surprised if we win another game.
So it's a must win, basically.
That's all I got, man.
Okay, appreciate it, Sal. We'll be back and let me see what today is. So tomorrow. So we'll do tomorrow will be either preview video tomorrow or Thursday. So I know you'll come back for that. So we'll talk about the Rams game. It's gonna be interesting. I had a lot of stuff to talk about.
It's gonna be interesting.
Did you do Fire the Cannons this week?
No, I didn't do that. I'll do it. I'll do it tomorrow.
I mean, what, you gonna do the whole team again?
Hashtag FTC.
Hashtag FTC. I could probably just do the whole team. I don't think I need to do individuals. No. I could just do one big fire. Just one big one. I don't need to do individuals, man. That was ugly.
I will say I do like to fire the cannons a little better. That'd be fun. I'll be over here dying, man.
I think that's starting to get a little push right there. So I think I'm gonna do that tomorrow.
It's funny because you'll look over to the side and you'll just see them go. It's just crazy.
Right. I'm just gonna fire one big cannon and just shoot them all out there. Appreciate it, Sal.
All right, peace.
All right, Grizzly, what you got?
Well, kind of like I guess I'll just start with Bulls and go down to players. Like with Bulls, it's like from what we see, if you don't coach with heart, then your players ain't gonna have heart. And from what we've seen these last couple of games, there's just been no heart whatsoever. There's no I want this game, because from what it looked like the Panthers wanted that game more than we did. And because apparently when you drop a pass, the first play, or like the first, second, third play of the game to start, that apparently you lose all your light, momentum, everything just down the drain for the rest of the 4 quarters. BA would have crucified that locker room on that podium if he heard Mike Evans say that or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, just need to coach with heart. Devin White showing no signs of progressing through any of his skill set when it comes to tackling or covering. So it looks like if he's definitely not on the team this year, you can say that pick was a bust. Which falls back on Jason Light with these picks, and
right.
And that also, I gotta get on Jason too, because we could have traded this year if we didn't overpay players that weren't going to play this year.
Bingo.
20 mil guaranteed for how many games Russell Gage play in? And has he only had one good game with multiple 8 catches.
Yeah,
right?
It was 12 catches for 87 yards though.
Yeah, 12 I don't even remember what game that was.
Green Bay game, yeah.
Wow, and we lost that game, and then haven't seen him since because it's either hamstring issues since training camp, or he just non-existent. Kyle Rudolph barely getting used. $8 million and to be on IA and then run 5 plays a game.
Pretty much.
You can't do that either. These missing picks, and like you said, bailed out by BA and Brady. Bailed out by BA and Brady hardcore. And then I wish I knew how the Glazers felt, because they don't make anything public. They're not like Jerry Jones, where you can figure out how Jerry Jones feels about the team any day of the week. Glazers like to keep it quiet, and apparently that's what Todd Bowles likes to keep everything quiet. We don't know what's going on in the locker room, how the players really feel. We just get little snippets in the interview. And of course, the Bucs media, they're going to cater to that. They don't ask the hard burning questions that need to be asked or anything either.
Happening so much.
Yeah. So it's yeah. Also start Rachaad White more. You can tell he's the more explosive back, has that acceleration, has the cut move. When he just runs straight forward and just tries to run over people, it's just not going to work the way the offensive line is. Leverett should have been starting since week 1, but second round pick Gadecki, so how to
politics.
Start him.
That's politics.
Politics. Leverett's clearly the better guard. Is Ryan Jensen coming back this month?
I'm not even speaking on that, man. I'm not even diving into that. That's a whole nother story. That's a
weird
weird story too.
Weird story. Yeah.
He still walk with a limp.
Still walk with a limp. We still don't know what his issue is.
Don't even know, but everybody else we know.
Yeah, we know everyone else's issue, but we can't figure out what Ryan Jensen's issue is.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's pretty much the whole base is just, start Rachaad, figure out what we're gonna do. Made no trades, did little to no tweaking whatsoever. Just added 2 practice squad players, and I guess that's tweaking. Even though you added a guy that should have been on the roster to begin with. but I digress. Yeah, but wait, we got the GOATest gunner in the whole league right now. We got him back, so that's all that matters. Ryan Smith, the GOATed gunner. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope y'all have a good night. Go Bucks, I guess. But if like we have to win these games coming up, especially in the NFC. We have to win against these NFC teams, or like we're screwed. Like one more game, like 3-7. You gonna make a Super Bowl run with 3-7? That's right. You know how that's so crazy. We can do it too with the way our things is, but we have to hope. We have to pray on the Falcons' downfall.
Right.
All right. See you guys. Peace.
Appreciate it, Grizzlo. All right, Bucket, what your girl? What you got?
Well, like most of everybody's been saying, it starts from the coaches. They have to be able to hold themselves accountable and get their players to play. We need the captains on the team and the leaders on the team to step up and set an example. I don't know what that's going to take, but it needs to come from everybody. I need Byron to make better game adjustments. If your running attack has not been good, and you start off the game running and your offense is sort of looking like what it used to be, and then you stop running and you just screening the heck out of people, I don't know how far that's going to take you.
Mm-hmm.
So do I think right now the Rams, are we going to beat the Rams? No. Our defense can't contain the edges. Carlton Davis is out. We don't know if he's going to be back. We don't know if Sean's going to be back. You have key players that were in the playoffs in the Super Bowl run. Some of them don't know what they're doing. I think that I know Cooper Kupp is hurt. He's day-to-day, but let's not forget what his stats are when he plays against the Bucs. Always over 100 yards and touchdowns. And the Bucs really should be hungry for this one. They did have some time off to rest their bodies and get their mind right and prepared. We should see them come out with energy first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, and at least dominate. I know you're without Shaq Barrett, but this is a redemption for Devin to talk his stuff. We should see a fire, because let's not forget what they left at Raymond James Stadium and what the Rams did last time. Knocked us out the playoff. I mean the Super Bowl run. So do I think we can win? No. But again, I would love to be proved wrong. And that's all I have to say.
Oh wow. No shot against the Rams. Well, yeah. But I'll talk about that in another video. That's gonna be a fun video as well. Don't miss that one, because the Rams has been on one of my thorns. So don't miss that video, because I want your take on that game more in detail. So but appreciate you coming in. Great insight. Anything else?
Yeah, that's it. Thank you for having me.
All right, appreciate it.
All right.
Oh, wait. You want to give your never mind. Well, she off. Big Bucks.
So
what's up, man?
Or from a start with an organizational standpoint, I'm actually a little disappointed. I mean, today we saw a suspended receiver for a year get traded, and we couldn't do nothing to address any of our needs if we needed to get some additional depth. But I do understand it may be hard to bring in a player and get them up to speed. So, but I still felt like maybe we could have tried, but maybe they felt like we didn't have enough assets or anything to offer. So I get that. Mm-hmm. As far as the Ravens game overall, I'm not too disappointed, because it was on a short week. I didn't really have that big of a high expectations anyway. And I also had this game dubbed as a loss anyway. So it kind of didn't really bother me or upset me. But to everyone's point, the lack of effort and execution is really what bothers me more than anything. That's really the biggest issue I have. And, and just, like I said, Devin White, like I've been speaking on him since he's got drafted to the Bucs. Like, I'm like, okay, he got speed, but he's undersized. As soon as the lineman get their hand on him, it's over with. And I always say, if you have speed, that means your defense is vulnerable against the run. That's one thing I think is overlooked. A speed defense is vulnerable. As far as going forward, You touched on everything. Offensively, do I expect any new adjustments in that short period of time? No, I really don't. I just feel like Brady's did something the same way for 20 years, and he came to Tampa and brought that same work ethic and same way he did it in New England to Tampa and still won. So it's only one way he knows. So the only expectation I would have going forward with offense and defense is the adjustment game. Like, if we start out good and team go to something else, you got to be able to adjust to that on the fly. Like, that is what I like. That's what I want to see going forward. Like, offensively, like, if we're clicking in the first half and they see that they made the adjustment to try to stop a key play or a key concept,
Right.
have something ready to counter that. That's all I really want to see. Now from a coaching standpoint, I do feel like, okay, is it time for Foles to give up the play calling duty and just look at everything from a whole aspect instead of just focusing only solely on the defense? Like, I think at some point that's really got to show. And like I said, just pretty much going forward, just I want to see just execution, really, and then whatever beef it is in the locker room with Brady. I mean, Brady's never going to be looked as in the wrong, and I think players just got to accept that and just move forward with it. I mean, yeah, he got 11 days off. You can't use that as an excuse no more. That was way back in August. I get that he was a couple of weeks ago he left, and went to a wedding and stuff. That, yeah, I would have took issue with that. And then you're trying to call me out on the sideline, like, I would have said something back to him. And then that's just me personally. I don't know how they handle that. But as a man, I just would have said that. But other than that, if we don't see improvement, it's just gonna be real tough to see us, winning some tough ball games. Like, I mean, it's no cakewalk the rest of the way. This is really, it's crunch time. It's gonna get crunch time. So they got to get on it, get in sync, and just play some good ball going forward if they want to, have another shot at a opportunity to try to win another Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
That's my 2 cents.
All right. Okay. Appreciate your 2 cents, man. I call it more than 2 cents, but
I get it.
But yeah, I agree with a lot of stuff, man. We're gonna see, but I know you'll be back for the Rams preview video. So
when you gonna do that, man?
Most likely, I'm gonna try to get it out the way tomorrow. If not, definitely Thursday, but definitely try to get it out the way tomorrow.
Okay, and kids, they done started basketball practice, so it's just gonna be tough to try to get in. I have to look, make sure my notification is on. Sometimes I don't get the notification when you on live.
Gotcha.
But other than that, y'all have a good night, man. Look forward to the next one, man.
You too, man. Appreciate it.
No doubt.
Well, folks, I want to thank everybody for coming in the locker room today, giving your insight on the Bucs situation from an organizational standpoint, team standpoint, on the field and off the field, present, future outlook. I want to thank everybody for watching the Bucs versus Ravens, all 22. It just shows you a lot as far as what's going on with the Bucs, man. The Bucs are in a tough spot, and can they get out of this? Sure, and I hope they come out of this situation. These first 8 games, nobody expected the first 8 games to look like this, but we pretty much at the halfway point. So it's either do or die now. There's no more excuses now. Remember I told y'all about week 8, 9, 10-ish. I'm gonna give it to you exactly what it is, because all of a sudden at this point you are what you are, with a couple of tweaks here and there. But give the Bucs one more week 9. It's a do or die game, and I'll get in more than that in my next video, the Rams Bucs preview video. But I'm expecting to see something. I'm not expecting to steal 360. Let's just make that clear. Because at this point, the Bucs cannot do a 360 and become a different team. They are who they are with the personnel they have. Am I expecting a 180? Not really. But I'm expecting to a degree some sort of adjustments, play calling, personnel disguising as far as like what they putting out there formation wise, just to see something different. You got 10 days. You got 10 days to figure this out and make some adjustments and turn this around, which I think they can. It's just gonna be tough because of the schedule. Y'all thought it was easy? All right. Don't worry. We're about to find out. Organizational perspective, the Bucs got some yellow and red flags moving forward from an organizational standpoint. And the product that they're putting out now is not helping this situation. Because if this gets worse, the product that they're going to have out there next year is going to be a lot of empty seats. No primetime games. So the Bucs got to turn this around. So, and like I said, they got nowhere to go but up, right? They can't be at rock bottom, are they? You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell icon to notify you all new videos that's posted on this channel. Shout out to all the Powers of Sea Bandits. Thank you for joining with your host, Isaiah. Locker Room Talk. Folks, relax. Stay humble. You know, have some positive outlook. Everything ain't always negative. We on the same ship. So at the end of the day, it's football. And we just talking about it. With that being said, fire those cannons. Seize the day. Raise the flag. Hashtag no risky, no biscuit. Hashtag facts over feelings. Hashtag bombs away. Hashtag stay humble. Hashtag probability versus possibility. Hashtag what does your eyes tell you? Hashtag trenches matter. Hashtag trenches matter. Hashtag don't get mad at me. I just talk about it. I don't play it. I talk about it. I'm just saying. And hashtag, I got to go back to this. Hashtag trenches matter. And hashtag, fire the cannons. FTC. Hashtag walk the plank. And hashtag, folks, the last one. Super Bowl or bust. That's not going to change. I told y'all this. Not changing, no matter what the record is. It's not changing. Sticking to it. Folks, buckle up. The second half of the season is about to get a little crazy, good or bad. I'll see y'all soon. Deuces.